When we use energy more efficiently, we improve our energy bills and the world around us. With National Fuel's Conservation Incentive Program, we can do that in a big way. Through December, customers can access our highest rebates yet by installing energy-efficient equipment in their home or business, which saves energy and money in the present and protects our environment for the future. But don't wait. 2025 is the last year these natural gas equipment rebates are available. Learn how much you can save at fuelingtomorrowtoday.com.
Hey, it's Brian Balding here. Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. Makita tools at the Home Depot are built with precision. Without shortcuts, Makita delivers results that reward hard work. Year after year, designed for the toughest jobs. It's a choice for pros who invest in performance, not just tools. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. So get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Back at Keybank Center, that'll do it for pregame. Anthems are underway. Dan and Rob will have the call. It's the Sabres and the Redwings. Here's Cammie Clooney.
From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
set to go here. Sabres and the Redwings. These teams know each other well from preseason, so the familiarity with some of the new faces in the Detroit lineup should be pretty fresh in the Buffalo Sabres faces. For the Red Wings, though, and heck, even for the Sabres in front of this 25-year-old former St. Louis pick, Razor Colton Ellis makes his NHL debut tonight in net for Buffalo.
Well, he said he's got a lot of family being here in the building, and he said there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for him and his family to get to this point, and he just wants to make the best of this opportunity. So he said it's just a game, so let's go play it. So he's got a good attitude rolling into it. Best him the best of luck.
Down the other end, Gibson, a veteran, saved 47 of 50 shots in his last couple of games. Didn't start well for him this year against Montreal, but the last two games he has come away with victories in behind his team. Pierre Lambert and Michael Markovic are the referees. Brandon Garlitz and David Brisebois on the lines, and away we go. And the Red Wings in the traveling whites with the red shoulder flashes and pants, with the puck in their end of the ice to start it. Sabres at home wearing the dark blues. And it's Malenstein back in the lineup here on the fourth line. Peyton Krebs drops down to this line along with Kozak, as the Sabres now in their own end trying to get it out in power. We'll have some time from behind the net to start it out with a pass onto the wing. Malenstein cuts inside, makes a move, draws a penalty, and he makes Gibson make a save here at the post on the way down. An early power play coming up 35 seconds in.
Nice job here by Beck Malenstein, getting himself up the ice, spreading the ice out a little bit after that non-icing call, and he gets himself up into an area where he's going to draw this penalty because he dropped his shoulder, took the bed. Edmondson, he's going to get a arm on him and the stick, and he's just going to fall to his side as he's coming through the hash marks right there. Gets the shot to the net, but they're just very few seconds into this first. The Sabres power play 5 for 19. They're 26.3%, 6th in the NHL. The Detroit Red Wings, very good penalty kill. They've only give up 1 goal on 13 attempts. They're running at a 92.3.
Edmondson in the box, 22-year-old Swedish player. First round pick of Detroit in 2021. Sabres win the draw, back to the line. Been doing pretty well last couple of games at home, and the power play getting a shot early on the Red Wings, and a save made here at the edge of the blue paint as Doan again going to the front of the net.
Yeah, they've got 2 guys jamming the front of the net here, which is good, and that's how they've got success in the last little while. They got Zucker and Doan both going to the front of the net, and the quick pass across. And Zucker's able to get this shot off. Dahlin finds Zucker, and he's able to get that shot off from the high slot in between the 2 circles, right at the top of it, and he throws it right to the net. 2 guys coming in from the side jamming. That's Thompson and Doan. We talked about it the other night. These goals aren't going to be pretty. That day is there sometimes, but it's not always. You got to get the ugly ones, and that's an ugly attempt right there.
Play is pinned against the boards. Gibson looking over his right shoulder. Puck comes out to Tage Thompson to the right point. And that is just kept in at the line. Dahlin will play it to the far circle. The return pass is read well and picked off by Larkin, who goes to the bench. Tipped it down the ice, and the Sabres power play with 1:17 as they get to the blue line and a drop back with 2 options. And Benson leaving it, Thompson to the line. Trying to back the Wings up a little bit. Along the wall, a slapper to the net, and the rebound to Thompson after Dahlin's first shot. He'll get it back again from Tage. Zucker on the right circle. Thompson far side one-timer, and it is met and held on to by Gibson.
Yeah, he had Sider right on him there. He did a good job getting the shot off, because Sider, big tall guy, able to reach out with the stick, and Tage is able to still get the shot off here with 57 seconds left in this power play opportunity for the Sabres. But thing is, what they've been doing lately too is when they're taking a shot and attempt to the net, they're coming up with those pucks. They're winning those battles. They're getting the puck back, and it's going to create a second and third opportunity. Before, too many times, losing possession of the puck, it turns into a battle that's down the ice. They're not wasting time right now. Got 4 shots already here in the first minute and a half.
Next group out for the power play. Sabres win it, back to the point. This is Power. Right circle, takes a shot, and that puck bounced up into the air. Byram plays it to the wall. Back in behind the Red Wings net, and a chance for Detroit to mail this the length of the ice, and they will do that and get some changes in as well.
And a good job by Power just getting that puck through, realizing everybody started to drop down on the second penalty kill unit for Detroit. Openings there, throw it to the front.
Casper in deep for the Wings. Sabres get past that first contain in their zone, but then it's turned over at the line. Casper part of that breakup again, and McLeod looking for Byram down to 15 seconds left in the power play. Byram just getting to center, dropping its back, and now at the blue line with 10 seconds. It's deep in the Red Wing zone. Buffalo with Alex Tuck coming down the wall right side, trying to keep possession. It pops to the corner, and it'll be lifted all the way down by Detroit. So the Sabres with 4 shots. Edmondson goes over to the bench. Detroit back to even strength. Ben Sherratt, the veteran defenseman, puts it deep into Buffalo territory. Connor Timmins out of the corner. He is corralled on the near wall, and it comes right to Ellis, who makes his first touch with the puck right into the Sabres blue paint. Now Buffalo coming back the other way. Another call coming up here as the Sabres enter the zone.
There's going to be a hooking call, I think.
Red Wings again.
Yeah, Van Riemsdyk is going to get nailed here with a hooking.
Minor penalty for hooking.
And he's going to get this because the Sabre player coming back through the middle of the ice. And that is Kulik, and he just kind of reaches through, gets that stick in around the hands of Kulik. He lets go to the stick to try to maybe prevent the penalty from happening, but nevertheless, referee right on that. So second opportunity here. Got 3 shots on their first power play chance they had.
Off the draw, the puck comes to the near goal line for Detroit. Again, Buffalo from left to right, forced back in behind the net. Colton Ellis will leave it there, wearing the number 92. Second player in Sabres history to don those 2 digits on his jersey. Here's Dahlin with a pass down low. Benson trying to send it to the post, but it dribbles back, and Zucker will play it to Dahlin. High slot. Benson at the right circle. Dahlin, Tage Thompson, back to Dahlin for a shot. That comes quick off the boards, and Benson turns with it. Right side, top of the circle to the dot. He'll play it below the goal line and get it back again. Goal line pass again. Zucker across and over to make the stop. No, the puck is free. Very free, but the referee lost sight of it as Gibson got the first stop at that far post.
Now, he read that very well coming across, and I don't know how this did not go in, but Gibson must have made a spectacular save here. He gets it underneath him after the shot's taken. It's down low, and that's Tage Thompson on the far side. He just gets that right pad on it. It stops it enough. It drops underneath his pad, and then he kind of pulled the 2 pads together and kept it from crossing the line.
Appleton was coming down on top of the stick as well, trying to disrupt for the Red Wings, who have been shorthanded 2 times already in this game. No score. Thompson tried to make a move, and it's Sherratt who stops that. The Sabres forced to restart again back in their own end. Now you've got 2 Detroit players inside the Buffalo zone. Now they back it up as far as the red line. Tage Thompson carries. He'll play it to the wing. Left side. Thompson again. In behind the net. Detroit looked like they were going to have a chance to move it out, but credit going to Benson. He got on the stick of Sherratt, but now it'll be brought up to center, and Kopp will put it into the Buffalo zone. Detroit will change.
Yeah, Sabres trying to make that pass right at the blue line, and the guy's standing still right there, and Detroit's just taking that away. As soon as that pass is made to the guy standing still coming up trying to enter the zone, they're just jumping him, and really nowhere for him to go other than maybe chip it a little deeper.
Sabres power play, unit number 2. Alex Tuck plays it down to the right wing corner, gets it back again. Backhand pass to Power along the line. Works into the slot area, no shot, far circle. Nice movement, but not a lot on the shot by Byram. Frustrated once again.
Yeah, he kind of fanned on that when it came. It was a perfect play. He just kind of whiffed on that shot, and that's power play is now over for the Sabres.
Here's Quinn at center. Couple of moves to gain the zone. Right circle, almost draws another call, but arms stay down on that one, and the Red Wings send Buffalo back into their own zone. Timmins first back, and Larkin applying the pressure down now below the goal line. Needing some help, and over comes Ostlund to pick it up, called up from Rochester. He starts to play quickly up ice. Lindy will be happy to see that. Very direct play to gain the zone, and it's back to the line. Timmins with a shot, deflected by Ostlund just wide. Here's Krebs for Mallenstein. In behind the net, trying to set it in front, and they do, and Gibson with a great save again as the Sabres going to the front of the net there, trying to get the first goal of the game. That was Ostlund.
Yeah, that was Ostlund with a nice play there by Beck Mallenstein, using his power down low, getting the puck between him and the wall, and then he just kind of turns and fires, and that's Ostlund right on top of the blue paint. And then he talked about this guy get an opportunity last year. He maybe just a little too hesitant play, worrying about defensive side. They want to see the offensive side of his game start coming out here, and just plays like that are going to make it happen. Get a little confidence.
Face off in the Red Wing zone. 14-10 to go in the first. Sherratt plays it behind the net, and this is Mort Seider who starts it out for the Red Wings. Tipped into the Buffalo zone. Play will go down into the corner. Off to the left of Colton Ellis. Samuelson plays it behind the net. Some room here for Buffalo on this right side. Trying to move it out of the zone, but Sherratt steps down and he gets some help. Now it'll pop free and the Sabres will skate it out. Benson to center to the Red Wings line and in. Kulik ahead of him. Benson plays it down towards him. Kulik with 2 wings on him. Puck comes free. Tage Thompson had that one go off his upper body as Benson poked it his way. Now Benson in the corner. Pinned against the glass and right down to the ice by Comfort. Comfort staying on the back of the young Sabres forward, who pops right back up. And now Sherratt comes away from the pile out the far corner. Backhanded down the ice by Berggren, and that'll be an icing call against Detroit. Red Wings still without a shot on the Sabres goaltender. Colton Ellis making his NHL debut here.
No, I think the longer it stays like this, the better for him. He gets a feel for the game. He's had some play in front of him. Just nothing getting through to him. He's had to play the puck a couple times. Sabres sitting here with 6 shots so far, having the 2 power play opportunities. And I think they got 5 of the 6 shots they've got on the power play. So 5 on 5, they got to start generating a little bit here more too.
Face off in the Detroit zone. It'll be McLeod against JT Comfort. Off to the right of the Red Wings net. Sabres on their left side attack. Sider off the draw. Plays it up the wall. That's trapped there and sent behind the net. Actually stays in the corner. The linesman got a piece of it, and then someone got a piece of the linesman. Here's a turnover in front, and Alex Tuch whistles a shot high. I don't know if Gibson had to get a piece of that with the shoulder or arm or not, but Red Wings forced to ice the puck once again.
Yeah, and this group for Detroit has been on a long time here so far, and the Sabres are this will be the 3rd change the Sabres have been able to make here against this tired line of Detroit. So you got to take advantage of that, realize that, and keep the puck deep here. Work it low, even if he doesn't get anything clean. Just keep working them low here, and they could break them down.
Gibson getting help from the linesman about a strap on his mask, so maybe Alex Tuch's shot caught him up high on that one.
Or just stalling as a veteran goaltender, trying to find it, get his guys a little break.
Red Wings play it to the line and out. Sabres, though, stepping up as they did against Florida last time at home and had such great success with how they played the 2-time defending champs. Step up again at the point to send the play in behind the net. Ostlund gets a piece of his man. Down low, Power trying to send that one to the corner. And now the Red Wings fail on a breakout pass again onto the wing, and the Sabres have possession at their own line. Connor Timmins ahead. Here's Quinn, and offside at the line. Will get a timeout on the ice. Red Wings will be thankful for that. No score in the game. Buffalo out shooting Detroit 6-0. 12:20 remaining in the opening period. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank, for what's next.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. Early detection of cancer is our goal. Get in the game at roswellpark.org/WGR. By Firth Jewelers. For all the moments in your life, go forth to Firth. By Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. By Great Lakes Building Systems. Our business is protecting your business. And by Raylax Honda. Raylax, we got this. This is Buffalo Sabres hockey.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Your child's hockey journey starts with the Buffalo Sabres Learn to Play program. Learn to Play, the ultimate starter pack for aspiring players. Enjoy a full set of equipment and 6 weeks of on-ice instruction. Plus, check out the Team Tuck program for an exclusive skate with Alex Tuck. Go to sabres.com/learn to play today. We're scoreless in the first.
Yeah, awesome program that they've done. The NHLPA, the NHL alumni, and the NHL itself put this together. And you get all the equipment. All you need is your skates and sticks, and you go out there, you learn to play, see if you like it. It's an awesome opportunity. A lot of the alumni guys involved going out there and teaching as well.
Play in the Buffalo zone. broken stick for Edmondson, and the Red Wings force back into their end of the ice. Edmondson tried to play it up the wall. Sabres got a stick on that. That was Malenstein, but Samuelson down behind the net, out the far corner, plays it up and out. And now Malenstein at the Wings line will backhand it down into the corner. Left wing side for Buffalo. Malenstein on the wall, traps the puck, sends it in front. Nice drop pass, high slot with a shot. Metza puts it just wide. Playing in his second NHL game after debuting in Montreal. And the Red Wings ice the puck again here. Sabres doing a good job not letting the Red Wings get to their game. I know the power plays have something to do with it, but they drew those 2 penalties in the first place.
Yeah, but they're not spending time in their own zone. They're getting a puck, they're getting back, and they're moving up the ice quick. They're not giving Detroit any time to get a real good forecheck here and sustain any offensive zone time. It's bang. They're exiting the zone quick. They're exiting the zone clean. That first pass has been very good, so it was allowing the Sabres to be on the attack here, for the first 8.5 minutes.
Sabres with possession off the face-off, and a shot goes off the leg. Dahlin with a blast. Rebound in front after the first save made by Gibson. And it'll be the Red Wings clearing it down into the Buffalo zone. No icing this time. Byram for Thompson. Skates up the middle. They're going to give it to him. Thompson right up the middle with a shot. That's blocked. And the puck comes into the slot, and Detroit with a chance to clear it, and they will. Sandin Pellikka gets it up ice, and the Red Wings send it just wide of the goal. Still not a shot yet on Colton Ellis. Registered in this game as we get a whistle with 10:57 to go.
Offside there. The Sabres once they're into the zone, in the defensive zone, putting a lot of pressure on Detroit right there. Put a ton on Chabot. Puck comes to him. He's not able to handle it clean. That comes out over the line, so you're going to get a restart. And I think that's the big thing. Don't allow this group. It's a very skilled offensive group of guys here for Detroit. And they like to get in the zone. They like to work down low. So if you can eliminate that part of the game and frustrate them a little bit, force them to play it in the neutral zone and the defensive zone, that's not where they want to play. They want to play down deep.
Sider at center. Right side shoots it in. Sabres, Timmins takes it on the backhand, turns to his forehand. Stood up there by Marco Kasper. The puck comes behind the net, and Colton Ellis will play it to the corner. Sabres get it up and out. Center ice bouncing puck. Nice follow-up by Timmins to stay with the play. The defenseman over on the left side fires it in near corner. DeBrincat sends it around the wall. Red Wings trying to get it out with the Sabres again with some good pressure here. Turning Detroit back and then keeping them in the corner is Doan, and McLeod causing the problems now, along with Alex Tuck, who cuts off a pass at center, goes off of Alex and into the Red Wings bench.
Now, they got a man on the puck here, and that's what we've talked about here an awful lot so far this year. You can't give teams time and space. You got to take that away. And so far in this game, that's exactly what the Sabres have done, whether it's been in the offensive zone, defensive zone, or now in the neutral zone. Detroit, they're trying to go up the wall all the time. The Sabres are just taking that away, and then they're not looking for their second option across the ice or up the middle. They're trying to force it up the wall, and then this makes it a little easier for the Sabres just to stand up. You're willing to take that chance. You're not going to get caught.
Sabres get it deep in the Red Wings zone. Detroit breaking out. It's their first numbers rush really into the Buffalo zone. Puck goes in behind the net. Try to center it in front. It's a roller. Shot from the slot. Stopped by Ellis. There's his first NHL save with 9:42 remaining in the period. Here in the first, no score in Buffalo. Sabres get it out to center. Zucker. Line change needed, so he puts it in behind the net. And Gibson will leave it. And Detroit will restart in the hands of Albert Johansson.
Yeah, nice save by Ellis there. Point blank by Bernard Docker, and he was stepped right in there and top of the circles, and he stood tall.
Red Wings dump it in. Emmett Finney. Already scored in his young NHL career. First 2 NHL goals came for Finney, playing on this first line now Sunday against Edmonton.
Now you're playing with Larkin and Raymond. You do the little things, you're going to get opportunities, because these guys attract an awful lot of attention. If this young guy can get himself in the open and just keep capitalizing when he gets his chance. He's sitting there, 3 goals, 5 points already in his first 6 games. It's a pretty nice start for him.
Number 58 on the inside on this draw in the Buffalo zone. As the Sabres played around the far wall. Good battle over there as it's played off the wall, and the linesman says that was out of the zone. And so we get the whistle and a timeout with 9:01 remaining in a still scoreless first period here in Buffalo. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
I'm John Woyden, president of Great Lakes Building Systems, where our business is protecting your business. We install and service complex fire protection, security, and video monitoring systems. You've worked hard to build your business. Protect your employees, yourself, and your assets by leaving your company's security to the experts. Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE for a comprehensive security assessment. We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Protecting your business is our business.
Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE or go to glbs-inc.com.
When it's game time on the job site, Skyworks Equipment Rental is your MVP. From aerial lifts to concrete gear, telehandlers, forklifts, and more, Skyworks brings the heavy equipment playbook to keep your project driving forward. With locations across the Northeast, Midwest, and Southeast, and delivering nationwide, Skyworks has the power and the precision to score big for your crew. Rent it, buy it, or service your own with our factory-trained technicians. Visit SkyworksLLC.com today. Skyworks, building America from the ground up.
Right here for the big plays and the big wins. Right here for the longest passes and the toughest runs. For the highlights, the cheers, and all the hey-hey-heys. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to be here for Western New York teams, both on and off the field. Because our home, our hearts, and our focus are always right here. And not to mention, our favorite team is too. Learn more and explore plans at theuniveradifference.com.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Shots are 8-1. Sabres over Detroit. There's no score on the board, however, with 9:01 remaining in the first period. Dan Dunleavy, Rob Ray, Paul Hamilton here at the rink with you tonight. Commander Tom at the controls here in behind us. Can I use that in Buffalo? Is that okay? Bit of a tip of the cap, isn't it, to the legend?
Whatever you want to say.
Well, you know.
The longer you do this, the more you're going to figure that out.
Maybe the runways come to an end. Face off just outside the Buffalo line. Sabres have certainly had the shots. A much better start to the game than they had in Montreal as the Canadians came at them and really took hold of that first period. And Buffalo fought their way back in the game, but at the end of the night, it just
the difference here tonight, they're not allowing that to happen. They're not allowing Detroit to use their speed here and get anything started. Everything they're getting is just a scramble, doing a nice job in the defensive zone.
Here's a save by Ellis. Mets out there once again, but the Red Wings on a soft clearing attempt, able to keep it in at the point. Sider over on that far side working with Ben Sherratt, so you got to make sure you get something on it if you want to clear the zone against these two. Play in behind the Buffalo net. Was 3 Sabres and 2 Wings. That number then goes the other way. And a shot blocked there by Kozak. Feeling that one just a little bit, not too much, as he goes to the bench. Easy for me to say. Red Wings to center. Sherratt will put it in behind the net. Colton Ellis, confident, handling that puck. Sabres with good support for one another, able to get it out to center ice, but no possession going into the Red Wing zone as Power on the near wall for Connor Timmins. Timmins straight up, and that pass did not connect with Benson. Right idea, they just didn't connect. It's an icing call.
Speaking of ideas, I think it would be a really good idea if I took you out on the ice someday and experienced some of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit by
hit, experience getting cross-checked, high stuck, shot in the feet. Just so when you comment on it,
it'd be a good feature.
It's a little better idea of what they're going through. Yeah. And I'd gladly do it.
Too gladly, I think. All right, Dan is now going to block a shot. Yeah, excuse me, where are the pads?
Yeah, you can put all your equipment on, but
face off to the left of Colton Ellis. Red Wings win it back to the right point. Bergeron hit on the wall, far side. Chance now to work it up the near wall, right wing for Buffalo. Benson taps it back, and Power will go cross ice with his pass. And then Timmins trying to play it up ice. Red Wings starting to clog it up the blue line a little bit here. Now Benson, right side, sends it in front. Power couldn't get his stick onto the ice. Over on the far wall in the Red Wings zone, Bergeron trying to tie up Thompson. Bergeron turns to exit the zone, gets a backup on the play. And now Detroit will get it inside the Buffalo end, but it's a line change for Detroit here with 7:10 to go in the scoreless first period. Timmins trying to work his way up this right wall. Out with Power again on the defense. Been up for a little bit without seeing a clock on their shift. There's a nice save by Ellis from a shot from well out. Red Wings in behind the net. Out from the corner, it's brought back to the blue line, but carried back by Detroit to their own side of center, all the way back to the line before it's set up ice. And that's too far for Marco Kasper. So that play gets away from Detroit a little bit, and the Sabres are going to get offensive face-off here.
Yeah, I got a line change here coming up too. So once again, you're catching Detroit with a little bit tired group out there. So you got to try to once again realize that, keep the play in the Detroit zone here for an extended period of time and start taking the puck to the net. Sabres have got 9 shots so far, but they probably missed the net probably 4 times as well. So you want to make sure you hit the target, give yourself that opportunity.
Ostlund at the face-off dot. Red Wings from behind their own net with a chance to get it out. There'll be no icing on this puck fired down into the Sabres end. Rasmus Dahlin is there. Gets it to the line, but not out, and the shot well wide. It'll be kept in, though, as Sherratt comes down the wall. Puck comes out in front of the net. Sabres with some nice passing to work their way now out to center ice. Quinn takes a return pass. Got Zucker going to the net. Just couldn't reach him. Those two started that breakout back in their own zone. Byram at the line keeps it in. Dahlin far circle to Byram. He's got a lane. He takes the shot, and Gibson makes the stop.
Yeah, Gibson able to see that one coming in clean. The shot and go D to D. Dahlin across to Byram, and everybody's down deep, but that lane just kind of opened right up. And he was able to see that come through no problem, but nice little try going to the net initially with Zucker driving through the middle, just not able to connect on that one. But Lindy Ruff talked about after last game, their puck play was not good enough in a lot of different ways. A, the passing, B, coming up with the battles, doing a much better job of that so far here in this game.
Kozak out to take the face-off here for Buffalo. In the Detroit zone, Sabres back to the line. Shot hits him in front of the net, and now it'll be the Red Wings coming out to center. Larkin starts the rush, playing it onto the wing for Raymond. Red Wings with a pass in behind one another, and the Sabres bank it off the wall and out too far for Peyton Krebs, but he'll keep watching the Wings defense as they go side to side to bring it up. Edvinsson to the line, carries it, takes a bump as it's played into the corner. Samuelson is there. Cuts the play off, sends it up ahead for Benson. He plays it down the left wing wall. Mountainside trying to center it, comes all the way to the near boards. Yuri Kulik along with Benson. In behind the Red Wings net, Detroit will come away with it. And it's flipped up the ice, and Larkin will stride after it, but will not win the race. And yet another icing call. This might be a record for the Red Wings in a first period at least.
Yeah, I think they're doing it because they're under pressure and there's really nowhere else to go. We talked about them looking to go up the wall each and every time, but that's being taken away. They're not looking up to the middle. Is it that opportunity there? Nah, probably not. Just getting it out into the neutral zone, but just some good pressure there. Kulik getting on his skates, getting in on top, and that was something he wanted to do. Start skating more, get on top of things, be involved in the play a lot more, and he's doing a good job here so far in this game.
Kulik, Benson, and Thompson. Offensive zone draw. Detroit wins it. Sandin Pellikka trying to clear. Thompson keeps it in. Benson tips that one in behind the net. Kulik trying to win it back. Over comes Benson. Thompson fanned on that one. It was rolling and bouncing, and he never did get a touch on it, but the Sabres keep possession. Back in with Benson, right side. Thompson cuts towards the middle, stays at the near side dot, and fires a shot that comes out the far corner. Detroit unable to get it out. Good play to get over onto the wall to keep the Wings in there. Thompson at the line, slowing things up. Detroit clear, but right back at it. Byram now, right side. Halfway down, trying to center. That goes off a Red Wing player and back out to center ice. Sabres with Rasmus Dahlin controlling the puck. 4.5 to go in a scoreless first. Shots 10-3 Buffalo. And it pretty much speaks to how this period has gone and where the game has been played. Nice pass for Alex Tuch. Left side, fires a shot, and that one wide of the mark. Comes out the near side for Detroit. Up towards center. Sabres steal it right back. Here's Doan over in the far circle. Left side, stops, plays it to the point for Power. Now for Connor Timmins. High slot with a shot. Off the end wall. McLeod reaching for it to keep it in. He does. Plays it down into the corner. Red Wings keep it moving though. Up the far wall. Nice trap to keep it in. Buffalo working down with Alex Tuch making a move to cut to the net. And he was given a bump just as he tried to get the shot away. And Gibson was able to make the save. Sabres pouring it on, but they've got nothing to show for it so far. Scoreless late in the first. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
The colder months are around the corner. Is your home ready? For a limited time, Stellar is offering 50% off the cost of installation for a full roofing, windows, siding, and insulation project. Our team delivers industry-leading craftsmanship, backed by a top-tier warranty and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Don't wait until snow and ice cause costly damage. Act now and take advantage of this exclusive offer. When quality counts, call
320-7663. Stellar Roofing.
Proud partner of the Buffalo Bills.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc.
It's a game-changing move in the world of accounting and advisory. Freed Maxick has joined forces with Witham, the 22nd largest public accounting and advisory firm in the nation. We're powering up performance with a shared vision to deliver even greater value to our clients in Western and Upstate New York. Experience the transformative power of Witham plus you. That's the power in the plus. Visit witham.com/New York to learn more.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
It's a rivalry night at Keybank Center this Friday with the Sabres take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Puck drop is now 7 p.m. Don't miss out on the first opportunity of the season to see the Sabres wearing the black and red jerseys. Visit sabres.com/tickets to purchase yours today.
Yes, that time was changed from 7:30 to 7, right? And then Saturday night's game is changed from 7:30 to 5.
Times are always changing.
Because of the Blue Jays.
Let's go Blue Jays World Series. Rob and I will be there bringing you live updates from the Sabres game.
Just check my feed.
Here's a chance now as the Sabres work it to the dot. Austin was in the slot, but the pass didn't get there as Quinn was looking for options, and now the Red Wings have the puck and will play it all the way down the ice. There'll be no icing here, though, as well up the ice is Appleton. He'll play it around to the near corner. There's nobody there for Detroit, and Buffalo with a chance to get it out. Off a skate at center, though, and turning it right back is Berggren. He'll play it down to the corner and race after it. Red Wings making changes as they now set up. Blue line play in the Buffalo zone. On the half wall, up top for a shot by Sandin Pellikka. And it comes out again on the near side. Unable to move the puck there was Quinn, knocked off, and now it's a far corner play for Samuelsson. He does enough to get it out to center. Sandin Pellikka, quick pass ahead. A little more urgency to Detroit's play there, but Buffalo doing a good job crowding things up on Lucas Raymond. And the Sabres get the puck back again.
Yeah, you know those guys are going to try to cut to the middle. They're going to look for that lane into the middle of the ice, and the Sabres have done a nice job just taking that center of the ice in the defensive zone away. So every time that shot's coming, they're being contested. There's somebody on them.
So not too many of these. An icing call against Buffalo. And the group will come back here with Detroit free to get a line matchup that they want. The Sabres with the fourth line out there right now. Draw will be to the right of Colton Ellis, who has seen 3 shots and stopped them all. No score, 2:35 remaining in the first. And Kozak at the faceoff dot here for Buffalo against Kopp. Sabres win possession. One pass and out of the zone. Malenstein gets center, fires it in behind the net. Gibson plays it back to this near side. Coming down the wall, back to the line for Timmins. His shot stopped and a rebound to the front. Kozak with a chance. Oh boy, looked like it might have had a chance to go up top, but it goes over and hits the glass. Johansson behind the goal, able to play it up the wall. Kopp from Rasmussen, and the Red Wings still having trouble getting up towards center. Back in their own zone. This is Kopp. Buffalo changing, so he's got some room. Backs him up a little bit, but a good shot block by Timmins, who stays in the lane. Back to the line. Sherratt keeps it in for Seider. Seider's shot doesn't get through. Another chance from the slot. This one from Kopp. Stopped by Ellis. And the Sabres come back to center with 1:47. Down the right side. Dumped in after it. Tage Thompson chasing Seider up the far side. Cooley can't stop the rush back for Detroit. Now into the Buffalo zone. Puck comes around the near boards. Pumped back into the corner by Benson. And the captain, Rasmus Dahlin, gives it back to Benson right side. He'll enter the Red Wing zone. Still wearing the face shield as he carries it down into the corner. Benson trying to dig it free and play it up to Thompson. Byram just puts the brakes on, keeps it in at the line. Benson in the far corner. Backhand for Dahlin at the point. Near side for Byram up top with Dahlin. Dahlin now switches to the right side with puck possession. Benson back to Dahlin. Thompson in front of the net in a real battle. Getting pushed away now back in front of the cage. Here's Byram. They want to get it there. They know he's there, but the Red Wings tight on the coverage. And now Detroit under a minute to go in the period. Able to get it out of the zone. DeBrincat for Kasper. He gets in alone. Kasper! Oh, Colton Ellis stayed with him and makes the stop with 45 seconds to go in a scoreless first period. An appreciative response from the crowd here in Buffalo.
Oh, big save. He was in all alone. D-rate on him. Made it a little more difficult, stick from behind, but nevertheless, super save.
Edvinsson comes down from the point. 25 seconds to go in the period. Bringing it up high, Lucas Raymond, far circle. Raymond sweeps it in front. And a penalty call coming on the play. It was almost perfectly played by Buffalo as Thompson would have been able to clear.
Yes, Benson's going here for a slash. So 18.2 seconds left in this first period. Detroit's going to get an opportunity on the power play. And Detroit just had some good zone time there, and it was one of the first few times they were able to hang on to the puck and generate anything. But that shot by Kasper coming in, the right pad and blocker side for Ellis. He's able to keep that one out of the net, and they're showing his mom on TV right now, and she's just rubbing her head. The stress of a goaltending mother.
Yeah. Larkin with 2 on the power play for Detroit. Raymond and Kane. Kane not in the lineup. The other 2 goal scorers for Detroit with the extra skater. 18.2 to go on the clock first period. Red Wings win the draw. Sider and Raymond's pass is picked off. Chance for a rush maybe here with 12 to go. You never know. Alex Tuck is up into the play. Carried in behind the net. Now left for Tuck down below the goal line. And McLeod and Tuck will back up with 3 seconds. Colton Ellis might want to have his heads up for one more shot here. Red Wings aren't going to test him. And the first period in Colton Ellis's NHL career, he stops all 5 shots.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Big save right at the end of the period, but, just settling into that one, and he did a nice job there when they were called upon. But I just think the Sabres here putting an awful lot of pressure on Detroit, really taking their flow away from in the zone. When Detroit has got the puck in the zone, they did a nice job taking that middle of the ice away, pushing everything to the outside, but they're attacking with a lot of speed, and they've got a lot of line rushes here in that first period.
Let's send it to Brian Koziel. I know he's got Paul Hamilton waiting downstairs here shortly.
Thank you, gentlemen. No score, Red Wings and Sabres. Let's go down to Paul. Paul, nice start for Colton Ellis in net.
Yeah, he had to wait 10 minutes to get his first shot, but it was a nice save. It was coming down the slot. He had to make a good save there, and then near the end makes the goaltending save. So I can think right off the top of my head, 2 of the 5 saves are bell ringers for him. And, that has to be harrowing to be standing down there for over half a period in your first NHL game, and you haven't even seen a shot yet. But he was ready and made some good saves.
Yeah, and the breakaway in the final minute against Kasper, that would have maybe kind of clouded what was a good period for the Sabres if they go down, Paul, into the room down by a goal.
It was, and I liked their power play, their first 2 power plays. I know they didn't score, but I thought they worked hard on battles. I thought they were around the net. I thought they got some good opportunities. John Gibson just made some phenomenal saves. Simple as that. They could have scored on him, but, I really can't say you complain too much on the 2 power plays. I think they did a good job there. It was just unfortunate for them that they weren't able to put the puck in the net.
Sabres and Red Wings scoreless. Paul Hamilton here with me, Brian Koziel, on the intermission report. Again, Colton Ellis in his debut, 5 shots, 5 saves. And as Paul mentioned, it was just past the halfway mark before he received his first shot on goal. Gibson was excellent, 11 shots, 11 saves. Well, Paul, I know obviously we're hoping to get a player here shortly, but other thoughts on the period in terms of maybe just 5-on-5. What did you think of the Sabres in that realm?
I thought they were skating well. I thought they won battles. Right off the bat, look at the speed that Malenstein showed. Coming in and caused the penalty on Detroit. Now, I'm not quite sure that was a penalty, but still, it was the speed that caused it, and they took him down. And, they were able to get on the power play right away. And that's a couple of times that line has started games. They've done that. I remember the one time they got in there on the forecheck really hard. It might have been the Colorado game, and really started the game off well. And they did it again. This time Krebs is on the line, but it's Krebs with Kozak and Malenstein. And, I really I think that got this, we talked about the start. Well, I think that got them off on a good foot to get out to a good start.
Paul, how about Noah Ostland's call-up? He's in the lineup today playing with Zucker and Quinn. What does he bring to the table in your eyes?
Well, he's a good two-way player, and we can ask one of his wingers. I think we are going to see him in just one moment. Jason Zucker, they were just asking about Noah Ostland. He's your center in this game. How did you feel he played in that period with you?
I thought he was great. I thought he was getting his feet moving. I thought he made some good plays. He won a couple of face-offs for us that were big. I think he's doing well. Good start.
Mallenstein got you guys off to a good start, charging the net with good speed. I thought you guys moved the puck very well on the two power plays. I thought you won some battles. John Gibson made some great saves. How did you view those two power plays?
Yeah, I thought they were great. I thought we did a nice job. Tomer had that look back door. We had a couple shots. I think our mentality was right, getting the pucks to the net, and we got to keep that up.
Ellis in net, his first NHL game. Only you can tell me what it's like to be in your first game, but he had to wait over 10 minutes for his first shot. I can't even imagine. Yeah. But he made a great save, even though. But what's this kid feeling in his first NHL game?
It's a surreal moment, and something he's going to remember forever. But it's always a little bit nerve-wracking, but, I think he did a great job.
And he got that breakaway, too, at the end. He made some big saves for you guys.
He was huge. I think those are good confidence boosters for him, knowing that he belongs here and he can play in this league and do very well, and he did that.
Lastly, just keep up what you're doing. You guys should be okay for the second period?
Yeah, I think we need to make sure we continue skating, stay above them, don't give them any easy looks, and we're going to be fine.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Jason Zucker. Brian, back to you.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Jason Zucker, as the Sabres find themselves scoreless with the Red Wings. Paul, last question here, and then we'll let you go. The shot attempts heavily one-sided there in favor of the Sabres in that period beyond just the 12-5 shot total. Lindy's really been talking about getting off to the better starts here. I know he doesn't have a goal to show for it, but I think he's got to feel like this is one of their better first periods of the season so far.
Other than the fact he didn't score, But other than that, I think you have to be happy with the start. And I think it's probably the best start I've seen them have so far. Even when they played that really good game against Ottawa, I still thought that was a really nice start for them. And it's just a shame that John Gibson stood on his head, to be quite honest with you. The save he made on Thompson, Thompson and I think everybody in the crowd thought that was going to be a goal on the Benson pass.
Yeah.
But really Gibson, and Ellis made some good saves too, just Gibson had more of them to take it. But I think, what we just said with Zucker, if they keep playing like they did in the first period, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Shot attempts were 26-15 in favor of Buffalo. Okay, Paul, thank you. We will talk again later tonight.
Okay.
All right, Paul Hamilton down in the room there with Jason Zucker. No score, Sabres and Wings. We'll get to some more stats, highlights, Pat's scoreboard, all coming up here as we'll roll on the intermission report. Live at Keybank Center, 20 minutes in the books. Red Wings and Sabres are scoreless, and this is Buffalo Sabres Radio.
Hey, Bulldog here. This football season, make sure your grilling is championship quality. Stop in at Dash's Market for their awesome homemade sausage, steaks, burgers, Salem's or Wadinsky's hot dogs, and great selection of beers and seltzers, too. Look for their specials online or in store. You can check out Dash's quality produce, fresh baked goods, local deli brands, and delicious foods from their Marketside Cafe. You can visit Dash's on Klein in Williamsville, Maine and Clarence, Colvin and Kenmore, and Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo. Shop the family of finer foods. Dash's Market, serving Western New York's football fans for over 100 years.
If you're injured at work or through the fault of someone else, call Losi and Ganji, your hard-working workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys. The attorneys at Losi and Ganji work hard, so you receive the maximum settlement for your injury. Last year, Losi and Ganji obtained more than $24 million for injured workers. Call Losi and Ganji at 854-1446 or go to losi-ganji.com. Losi and Ganji, Buffalo's workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys, working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers.
Hey folks, it's Marty Sr. from Riverfront Auto Sales.
And I'm Marty Jr., proud to be part of the family biz.
And I'm Lil Martin. I may be the youngest, but we've got the biggest news.
That's right. The three of us are here because we're super excited to introduce something brand new, and it's going to change the way you sell your car.
So if you've been wondering how much you could sell your vehicle for, but don't want the hassle of Facebook Marketplace or strangers coming to your house, then come to riverfrontautosales.com.
Yeah, Dad, selling your car shouldn't feel like a full-time job.
That's why we're introducing ClearCar, only at riverfrontautosales.com.
Just click the ClearCar button, enter your license plate number,
and boom, You get an exact quote instantly.
No guessing, no games, no leaving the house.
You can even do it while sipping coffee in your pajamas.
Day or night, it's available 24/7. So what are you waiting for?
Go to riverfrontautosales.com and click on Clear Car today.
riverfrontautosales.com, where clarity meets convenience.
And coffee.
From Riverfront Auto Sales. Wow!
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-265-7681. 800-265-7681. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-265-7681.
The radio home of the Buffalo Sabres. We are through 20 minutes of hockey. Live from Keybank Center. Here's your host, Brian Cozio.
Now Detroit under a minute to go in the period. Able to get it out of the zone. DeBrincat for Casper. He gets in alone. Casper. Oh, Colton Ellis stayed with him and makes the stop with 45 seconds to go in a scoreless first period. An appreciative response from the crowd here in Buffalo.
Dan Dunleavy there on the call. Colton Ellis with a perfect first period, capped there by that nice breakaway stop with under a minute to go on Casper. That kept the score 0-0. That's where we stand right now. No score, Sabres and Red Wings. Our first period stats are brought to you by Level Financial Advisors, helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. Shots were 12-5 Buffalo. As I mentioned earlier, 26-15 the shot attempts in favor of the Sabres. Buffalo had 2 shots from Thompson, 2 shots from Tuck. They also both missed the net. Actually, 5 shot attempts in the period for Thompson so far. But the story I know we've been talking about is Ellis' debut, and it was a solid one through the first 20 minutes of play. All right, we'll take another timeout. When we come back, Pat's scoreboard from the rest of the night in the NHL. We'll also talk a little bit about some of the game time changes for this weekend because of the World Series. Pat and I will have the details for you when we return here to Keybank Center. Buffalo and Detroit, 0-0 after 1. This is Buffalo Sabres Radio.
Hey, Buffalo, this is our town, our team, our pride. Just like our hometown football team, Dynabrade is built for success, made right here in Buffalo, and driving excellence around the world with powerful, precise, American-made tools. Built with precision, driven by passion, defined by pride. At Dynabrade, it's how we win. For over 50 years, we've built greatness through innovation, determination, and true Buffalo spirit. Be inspired. Be Buffalo. Be Dynabrade. Visit Dynabrade.com today.
Gold is at a historic high, and Firth Jewelers is ready to help you cash in. Hey, Sal Capaccio here. Bring in your gold, old jewelry, broken pieces, anything, and they'll take a look. Purchasing at top dollar, Firth makes it simple to trade in your gold for cash or trade up for a stunning new piece of jewelry. I've been a Firth fan for years, and the Firth family has been helping generations make life's special moments unforgettable. Trust me, you'll be a fan too. Go forth to Firth. Firth Jewelers, Military Road in Niagara Falls.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
My attorneys at the Barnes firm settled my job accident case for 65 times more than insurance said they'd pay. Glad I called.
After a car rear-ended me, my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $800,000.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
I called. My case was worth $600,000.
What's your case worth? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 Pearl.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
you're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Welcome back to Keybank Center. No score, Sabres and Wings. Let's see what's going on elsewhere in the light night on the NHL schedule. Here's Pat Malacaro.
You could put it mildly, Brian, as we take a look around the league, brought to you by Figo Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. There's only two other games tonight. One of them got underway before the Sabres and the Red Wings. That's New Jersey with a 2-0 lead over Minnesota. Midway through the game now, 8:39 to go on the back half now in the second period. Brendan Dillon, the latest goal for the Devils, coming in the second period, doubling the lead to 2. The only other game tonight, Calgary has lost 6 in a row after a victory in their opening game of the year. They host the Canadiens at 8:30 tonight, so about to drop the puck in Calgary between the Canadiens and the Flames. Note from Bills practice today as the team has put out their official injury report to begin the practice week. Terrell Bernard, a host of players limited in practice today, including Maxwell Hairston, whose practice window just opened from injured reserve, remaining on IR as of today. Dalton Kincaid, Matt Milano, and Curtis Samuel all limited, while Taylor Rapp, Josh Palmer, and Daquan Jones all missing practice today as well, Brian.
All right, Pat, thank you. We've got some news on the Sabres Friday and Saturday games with the Leafs, Pat. I know today to kind of help out with the World Series, obviously all the buzz in Toronto about that. The Leafs and the Sabres have some game time changes.
Yeah, Friday night, no longer a 7:30 start here at Keybank Center. 7 o'clock puck drop between the Sabres and the Maple Leafs. That's a national broadcast. Another Dan and Rob only on WGR as the game is being produced by ESPN. And then on Saturday night, from 7 o'clock down to 5 as well. So even earlier start as down the street from Rogers Center at Scotiabank Arena. The back half of the doubleheader, home and home takes place.
Yeah, you can only play it. You have to have so many hours in between games, and by bumping to 7, the earliest they could play is 5. I know people are saying, "Oh, why couldn't you play it at 3 or 4?" But 5 is as early as the collective bargaining agreement would allow.
Yeah, there's travel involved, even though it's just Buffalo to Toronto. Yeah, so but smart move by both sides to move things up and allow folks to get in and out as much as possible out of downtown Toronto Saturday.
And it really, in terms of the impact on the game, it has almost no impact. It's the same exact travel and time turnaround for both teams because they're going to play back-to-back nights.
Absolutely. The only difference is your body clock may be a little bit different, but again, to your point, the same for both teams.
That's right. All right, Pat, thank you.
Yep.
Dan and Rob will take it after this timeout. We're ready for the second. It is a scoreless game, Detroit and Buffalo. I'm Brian Koziel. Thanks for listening. This is the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
If you cross the border with a conviction on your record, consider yourself lucky.
Jamie Fiegel of Fiegel Car and Joyce.
Whether it's a DWI, drug charge, or any other conviction, Canada doesn't forget. Eventually, you'll get stopped. Don't risk your reputation or your business. I can help, because next time, it's not luck, it's a red flag.
Make the right choice. Call Fiegel Car and Joyce at 810-2121 or visit yourborderattorneys.com.
What if college didn't mean leaving your faith behind? At Houghton University, your relationship with Jesus isn't just welcome. It's the foundation to everything you'll do. Here, you'll grow in your faith as you prepare for your future. Whether you're headed for med school, the classroom, the boardroom, or anywhere else God calls you, Houghton will prepare you to live boldly for Christ. Live fearlessly at houghton.edu. That's houghton.edu.
What sets us apart from other advisors is our white glove, proactive approach to customer service, frankly.
Michael Hebern, Chief Operating Officer, Level Financial Advisors.
People have entrusted us to manage their assets and financial outcomes, and that's something that we hold sacred here.
Level Financial Advisors' experience can help you implement your financial plan for a successful retirement. Call or text now 727-5047. That's 727-5047.
Relax at Relax Honda. Wherever, whenever, and however you want to do business, we're here to help. Choose from our large selection of nearly 200 new Hondas in inventory, as well as pre-owned Honda models to fit just about any budget. Whether you buy or lease, pick new or used, have a trade-in or not, you deserve a hassle-free experience getting into the Honda you want. Relax. We got this at Relax Honda, 3590 Southwestern Boulevard and RelaxHonda.com. Visit us today. You'll be glad you did.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Second period just about to start. Dan Dudley and Rob Ray back at the rink. Paul Hamilton here as well. Razor, what stands out on the stat sheet?
I think the big thing is they got 12 shots that period by 10 different guys, and I think that's really good. We talked about them not hitting the net a couple times. 7 missed shots, and they had 6 of their shots blocked by Detroit. So shot mode is very good. Just keep getting the puck, firing it to the net. It's going to get through. Face-off percentage got to pick up a little bit, 41% after that first
Short-handed to start the period. Keep that in mind. Minute 36 remains in the penalty on the board to Zach Benson in a scoreless game. And it'll be Lucas Raymond to gain the line. Detroit rushing now from left to right. Raymond takes a spill down to the... Sorry, he's the one still standing. It was Larkin who went for the slide. And at the line, it's kept in by Seider. Seider will get it back again as Kasper's out on the power play as well. Again, the power play for Detroit operating without number 88, who's going to miss a couple of games here for the Wings. Detroit kept to the outside. Seider almost fanned on that pass, but he got enough on it. Now over to the far circle. Worked into the slot, and a good stick tips that one away from Larkin. Otherwise, he might have had a one-time opportunity in front of the Buffalo net. Now the Sabres trying to clear, and it does get out.
Yeah, McLeod doing a nice job just getting that stick in the middle lane when they're going to try to make that cross-ice pass, and just gets enough of it to take that opportunity away.
Kozak comes on as McLeod heads to the bench. And the Red Wings start with Lucas Raymond gaining the line with 35 seconds to go in the Red Wings power play. Puck comes out of the corner for Kozak. Got a chance here to turn it up for Malenstein. He'll gain the line. Malenstein has the puck roll right to the Red Wings net. And now Detroit will come back the other way. 20 seconds left in their power play as DeBrincat gains the line on the right side, working with Larkin in behind the net. He's hit by Power. Power battling for the puck. It's taken away by the Red Wings. Brenzeg Nygaard, who plays it back to the line. Nygaard works it down to the goal line and trying to go up that time on Colton Ellis, and the puck comes back to the line where Sandin Pellikka plays it to the goal line. Red Wings making some changes here. Benson out of the box. Play still in the Buffalo zone down in the near corner. Byram defending. And the Red Wings, Brenzeg Nygaard still trying to get into the front of the net. Puck bounces a little bit. And just enough that it's Byram who gets on the end of it. And then a soft toss down to the Red Wing zone. And it's not soft enough that it will negate an icing call. And we're coming back into the Buffalo zone.
Yeah, the only fresh guy out there, too, is Zach Benson coming out of the penalty box. So they got to be careful here. Just stall a little bit just so they can get their breath. You got Malenstein leaning over a stick a little bit there. They were out there for a large portion of that.
Yeah,
penalty kill there. So Zach Benson, he played more than anybody in this game so far in that first period. Played over 8.5 minutes. He even more than Dahlin.
Big face-off here for Kozak against Kopp. Red Wings win the draw. They'll start the play for the blue line with a shot. Off the end wall, trying to send it back out front, but the Sabres come away with it. And it's played past Seider, and this will be another icing call. Albeit a shorter spurt of play for the Sabres to recover from that time.
Yeah, this works to their advantage right here. It was really nothing after the face-off, everything to the outside. Everybody just standing around, not able to have to put too much energy out. So here, you bought yourself a little bit of time here that you get your breath and get your legs back under you.
It'll be Kozak again, and the Red Wings draw it back to the point. Seider with a shot and a save made by Ellis. Kind of popped up to make that save. And the puck comes down into the Detroit zone with 17.5 to go here in the second period. Play in the far corner in the Buffalo zone to the line. Not out. That was kept in. Now the Sabres will bring it out. Here's Yuri Kulik in the Red Wing zone. Takes the shot coming down the right side, and the save is made by Gibson.
Yeah, good job by everybody just getting the puck to the net. You're a shooter. Winnie Ruff talks about it all the time. You got to be shooting the puck. He's got Zucker driving through to the net, so when he takes a shot, if there's any way that the goaltender doesn't handle it clean, then bang, you got Zucker stepping right into it. But nice job there by the guys, just kind of keeping it simple and keeping to the outside, and now they're able to get a full line change here and get fresh guys.
Zucker out with Thompson and Kulik here with this draw on the Red Wing zone. As Detroit out of the corner, playing it up the wall, kept in for a moment there by Metsä. Now the Red Wings fight it out. Jonathan Berggren down the right side with a shot and a pad save, kicked out to the far circle. Back in front again, they score. Right on the doorstep, and the Red Wings get the first goal. JT Comfort makes it 1-0. 3 minutes gone in the second period.
Well, JT Comfort is going to get his first of the year, but something Detroit did here on the rush, they kept the puck low. And Ellis makes the save, and he put a rebound out to the far side to the faceoff dot. They weren't able to get the shot off, but they were able to regain control of the puck, and he got kind of over on the far side of the net. He bought himself a little time getting back in, but when he comes across, JT Comfort does a nice job of just stopping the puck and then putting it back through his stick and his feet over into the blue paint. And what that did, it just kind of allowed Ellis to come across, not able to recover from it. Metsä's right on him, not able to tie the stick up, and Comfort dumps it into the empty net. Smart move in front.
Sabres with a puck at center, off the draw. Doan, little hesitation, then fires it in. Sabres after it, so no delayed offside on the play. Flipped out by the Red Wings, and Buffalo back at their own blue line looking to restart here. Off the near wall. Delayed penalty coming up here as the Sabres get the extra skater on. Goaltender to the bench. Here comes a shot, and Gibson the save, and there might have been a rebound right in front of him, but he has it and holds on. Buffalo again going back to the power play here.
Yeah, it's going to be a high sticking call made, and Dylan Larkin is the guy that's going to go to the box here for the Detroit Red Wings. It's not a great penalty to take after you just scored a goal. You've already given the Sabres 2 power play opportunities in this game. We'll see if we get a
Detroit 71 minor penalty, high stick.
See if we replay here exactly what happened. Nevertheless, Sabres going to have their 3rd power play opportunity. They got 4 shots in the first 2 opportunities they had. And it's Larkin just trying to get the puck. He's trying to lift Samuelson's stick coming from behind. He stopped moving his feet, and when he gave it a little flick, it came up and caught Samuelson in the side of the helmet.
Face off here in the Red Wings zone. Sabres win it. We'll play it back to the line. Rasmus Dahlin carries it to the middle, lays it off. Benson at the near circle. Sabres working across, and that puck right in front. Gibson able to hold on. That's a veteran goaltender reading the play and covering up.
Yeah, Doan, nice move though. He gets the puck down low and he just turns all in one motion. He's on his forehand, tries firing it across, but the goaltender has his stick laying flat on the ice, and he's able to stop that one, get a piece of it, so it does not get to Tage Thompson, who's standing on the backside just waiting for that redirection. It doesn't get through. And John Gibson, as you said, veteran guy, just taking that play away.
Draw one again by Buffalo. Tage Thompson, near circle, drags the shot off the glass and then up and out of play. Still 1:44 remaining. A lot of time on this power play.
Yeah, this faceoff staying inside here, the Detroit zone, so it's going to be to John Gibson's right down low. And Jason Zucker's going to step in and take this draw.
Sabres up to 15 shots in the game. It's a 1-0 Red Wings lead. They're going to do this draw again. And Zucker, who's been so good on the power play for Buffalo since he arrived here, stays at the faceoff dot. Trying to walk ahead with it. Tripped up on the play, and the Red Wings are able to send it down the ice. Colton Ellis behind the net will leave it for Rasmus Dahlin. Buffalo up with Zucker. Left side entry, but it's poked back and outside the line. Rasmus Dahlin backing up, and he's closely watched there by Rasmussen, who goes to the bench. Sabres Dahlin, the captain, across the line, leaves it for Zucker. Dahlin goes to the net. The pass all the way to the far boards. Sabres with a power play, 1:10 left. Tage Thompson up top for Benson. Now far side, one-timer by Dahlin. That one turned away. Thompson after it here on the near wall. Plays it back to the line. Benson still at the blue line. Thompson left circle, edge of it. Back to Benson, now slightly to the right side of the ice. Up top for Dahlin's one-timer, and Benson off the end wall picks it up for Thompson. That one under his skate and down the ice. And Dahlin will glide back after it.
Now, Tage Thompson, they're looking for Tage for that one-timer here on the left side of the ice, but they're taking it away, so he has to back up. He's almost to the boards and way out of probably 10 feet higher than he normally would.
Thompson dances in, takes a shot. That's stopped by Gibson. Sabres keep it in. Dahlin for Thompson with a shot, and Gibson makes the stop. No rebound for Benson on the doorstep. Down to 25 seconds to go in the power play.
Yeah, Benson's got to step out to the front of the net there. He's just off to the side thinking maybe Tage is going to put that back down to him, but when he's got it in that area and he hasn't been able to get that clean shot, he's going to take that. He's got to step out to the front of the net and try to take that vision away from the goaltender, John Gibson, there a little bit.
Gibson looks to his left. Yuri Kulik at the dot. Face-off won by Detroit. Sandin Pellikka will send it down the ice. And Ellis at the side of the goal. He certainly is not shy about handling the puck so far. That time for Yuri Kulik in tight. He'll get away with it and break it out. There's Byron deep in the Red Wing zone. Around for Kulik. Traps it in the far corner. Back to Byron below the goal line. Up top, a shot that went off the post. Alex Tuck let it rip. Larkin out of the box. Another shot from the far circle. Edvinsson got a stick on that one. Now Edvinsson's got Larkin on a breakaway. Hits him with the pass. Larkin with the deke attempt, and that's saved by Ellis. And he's going to hold on here with Larkin coming back to the front of the net.
Nice job by Ellis staying right with Larkin as he makes a little move. And what he did, as Ellis opened up, he tried sliding it back through the 5-hole on him. Kind of give the little leg kick, and he got the stick on it. Then he was able to get his pad on it, and a quick recovery with a big push off his left skate, getting back out, able to put his glove onto it to stop. And he was like, yeah, let's regroup here after this one. Even though the guys had got back into the zone, he took that 5-hole right away.
Face off to the right of the Buffalo net. 14-12 to go in the second period. Wings up 1-0. That shot off the glass. Detroit winning the draw. Now from the corner. The Brinkett was in the slot. Pass didn't get there. Then it's behind him. And it rolls down in the Red Wing zone. Krebs chasing down after it, trying to put the pressure on. Kozak as well. They say that came outside the line, near side. And the linesman makes the call. Timeout on the ice. It's 1-0 Detroit here in the second. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store, and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See You Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store, and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face-Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face-Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Upstate Honda Dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today. By Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. By Verizon. Powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store to check out the latest deal. By Level Financial Advisors. Helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. By Blue Star Home Services. Your heating and cooling experts. Get started at bluestarhs.com. And by UPS Stores. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Welcome back to Keybank Center, where the Red Wings have the lead here on the Sabres. Tickets available now. Go to sabres.com/rivalry and pick up your seats for that event today. If you've not been to watch that level of hockey on the women's side, you're missing out.
Yeah, it's very good hockey.
Sabres now with a break in the right side. Doan shot comes back to the near point. Samuelsson sends it ahead to Doan, who comes out of the corner. High slot. fires a shot, and that deflects up and out of play.
Yeah, Sherrod stayed right with him. He came right out all the way up top there, and when Doan turned to fire, he's just getting stick to stick and deflecting it up and over. But I like the movement. They're getting a lot of movement here in the offensive zone. They're not just standing around, so they're moving the puck very well here tonight. And the passes are on. They're not fighting for the puck. It's clean, and it's getting them opportunities, and they just got to figure a way, get a few more through here.
Confer from Johansson and Berggren here in the second. The only goal of the game. Red Wings get it out to center. It's on the stick of the Sabres now, and Samuelsson up to center. That's tipped to the Red Wings line by Doan, but Seider's got it. And he'll go side to side with his defense partner before it's backhanded to center. Knocked down by Samuelsson, who steps up. Sabres gain the line. Alex Tuch fires a shot. Gibson with his shoulder to knock that one up and out of play. And we'll get another draw here coming up in the Red Wing zone.
Yeah, you know what I like here? It's not just Dahlin, and it's not just Bowen Byram when they get the puck. They're turning up the ice fast. Bowen Power's doing it. Timmins doing it. Samuelsson. They've been able to do a nice job. As soon as the puck comes back into the neutral zone, as soon as they clear, they're on the attack really quick. And there's no hesitation, and that first pass has been good. As soon as they get it, bang, and then they're jumping into the play, so make it a little more difficult for Detroit.
Timmins and Power on the backhand. Ostlund out for another shift here for Buffalo. Red Wings will bring it up. Power racing back after, below the goal line. Puck is tipped to the near corner. Chance to pick it up here for Zucker. He does, gets it out to center, but the Red Wings back up with possession at their own line. Detroit just 9 shots in the game. They've got the only goal as Sandin Pellikka sends the puck ahead. It goes deep into the Buffalo zone. Played around the near wall. That's trapped there. Kopp plays it in behind the net, trying to go back in front for Kopp, who was coming off of the right wing wall and headed to the front of the net, but Buffalo able to break that up. Detroit backing up inside their own line. Jason Zucker will go to the bench, as will Quinn. Sabres making the change. Timmins makes a hit on the far boards. Red Wings try to play it in front. Good stick playing it back to the line, though. Red Wings looking for a shot. Ellis reaching out with a blocker save. Played back to the line, and again, another blocker reach out there by Ellis with traffic in front. It goes out of play.
Yeah, these shots are all coming in high from the defense here of the Detroit Red Wings, and Ellis is doing a nice job just getting the blocker on, but what he's doing is either A, it's up over the glass, or he's getting enough on it that he's pushing it way out of any trouble. It's not staying in front of the net. At no point here has he made the save and it ended up staying in front of the net. He's pushing it off to the corners, doing a really nice job of managing the puck when it's coming through.
Sabres win the draw, and Rasmus Dahlin behind the net. Looking up ice, he's got Byram. Can't work his way around the Red Wings pressure just inside the line. As Brenzig Nygaard stepped in front of him. Play stays on the wall. Nygaard trying to dig it free. It does come free from the pile, and it's Malenstein who will play it ahead. Peyton Krebs bursts of speed down to the far corner. Stays on the wall, now plays it back to the line for a shot, and that one hit a skate out front. Malenstein out of the corner. Turns and fires. That hits traffic in front, or the blocker of John Gibson. Rasmus Dahlin down from the point left side. Kasper plays it behind the net for Detroit. And then Byram with a stick tie up at the point. That's going to go down the ice. And playing it, the Sabres out of their corner. Rasmus Dahlin ahead now, and Benson at center. Left side in the Detroit zone. 11:10 to go in the second. Carries it down to the corner. Tried to backhand his way out of the double team coverage. Red Wings break it up. Samuelsson pinching down to keep it in. Yuri Kulik against Seider, who plays it to the corner. Ben Sherratt trying to clear it. Sabres fight that off of the wall to the face-off circle. Then it's lifted up and out. And now a race for it. Samuelsson gets back and in behind the net. Keeps it moving to this near side for Kulik and Thompson. Kulik touching it ahead, but Seider sends it across. Now a snap pass for Raymond. Right point inside the Buffalo line. Far circle. And fanning on the shot. The Sabres keep it outside. Metsa defensively there for Buffalo, and the Red Wings can't keep it in the zone. Buffalo back to center. Will shoot it in again. Buffalo changing. 17 shots, don't have a goal yet on John Gibson. Red Wings with a chance to bring it out. That pass off a skate. McLeod trying to tip it away. Battle stays on the wall, then Larkin fires it off the far wall in the Buffalo zone, and Connor Timmins will come up with it. for Owen Power, near circle, skating up towards center. Through the Sabres logo and a backhand into the Red Wings zone. Edvinsson following him down to the corner. McLeod, left wing corner, near side for Buffalo. On his backhand, carrying it back to the point. He'll leave it at the line. Alex Tuch plays it across. Here comes the shot from Power, and that one is steered away by Gibson. Alex Tuch off the near wall, turns and fires. That's off the back wall. Sabres trying to center, but it's trapped behind the cage. Buffalo able to free it up. Played back to the line. Not a lot of room to move, but it's kept in. Alex Tuch on the right side, chases it down. They work it down in front of the net, and it comes all the way to the boards near side. Red Wings now with a chance to move it out is the veteran, James Van Riemsdyk. Got Detroit out of trouble. Sending it deep into the Buffalo zone. Now Doan with it. Off the boards, but not out. Kept in at the line by the Red Wings. There's a shot stopped by Ellis, and the rebound falls right in front of the net. Power on his backhand of the line, but not enough. Not out of the zone. Appleton keeps it in. Got Kopp in front of the net. He'll pick it up in the near corner. Under 9 minutes to go in the second. 1-0 Detroit. Shot from the point. Falls to the far corner. Michael Rasmussen can't make a play, and the Sabres come up with it. Just get it outside the line. And then it's off the skate of Alex Tuch into a shift, and he'll go to the bench. Detroit right back at it. Appleton chasing it down. He's been out there for a while, too. Number 22 for Detroit. Sabres come back with some fresh legs. Here's Quinn for Zucker. He's got Quinn going to the net. That pass broken up to Zucker. Did that go in the net? Yes, it did. They go side to side.
Yeah, this was a sick pass twice by Quinn on this rush. He makes it around the back. Nolik backhand pass to Zucker initially. He takes this coming out of the zone, and he cuts to the middle of the ice. And as soon as he hit the faceoff down in the middle of the ice, Nolik backhand pass. Then he throws it back across once he gets down to the goal line, knowing there's nowhere for him to go. But what he did, it was just keep going up the ice. And Zucker finds him. Seider gets a piece of it. And then Zucker comes across and able to just tap that one in after perfect play by Jack Quinn to lay that one out there for him.
Right off the camera. Zucker with the goal to tie this game. Number 4 on the season. With 8:10 remaining in the second. We're tied at 1. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
In Western New York, we get to the game no matter what. That means an all-wheel drive SUV you can count on, and that means Honda. And right now, your Upstate Honda dealer has outstanding deals on Honda's all-star lineup, including MVPs like CR-V, HR-V, and the Honda Pilot. And right here, right now, there's never been a better time to get a great deal on an award-winning Honda SUV. For deals and details, visit upstate.hondadealers.com today.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc.
At the UPS store, we get it. Being a small biz owner requires grit and hustle, but you don't have to do it alone. We've got your back. You put your heart and soul into your biz, we put ours into packing and shipping. While you're keeping track of your custom-made orders, our mailboxes are keeping your packages safe. Because we're here to help you be unstoppable with shredding, printing, notary, and more. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Jason Zucker now with points in 4 of the first 7 games of this season, getting the Sabres on the board at 11:23 of the second period to tie the game at 1 apiece on Buffalo's 19th shot against Mr. Gibson.
Now, Lindy Ruff talked about it today with Noah Ostlund putting on that line with Jack Quinn and Zucker. Hopefully they find a little bit of offensive chemistry. And I'll tell you what, that play by Jack Quinn twice right there was just outstanding. That's an offensive side of the game that, Jack can do it. And he just, once this guy gets a little confidence, he can keep making this happen and make little plays like that. He's not going to make those plays when he's not confident, but when he is, he can do it.
Assists in back-to-back games for Quinn. Here's Yuri Kulik for Thompson on the right side. He just one looking for that far post on Gibson, who almost pretzeled himself there, but he's cleared by the Red Wings, and Buffalo back in their own zone. In possession now is Rasmus Dahlin. Quick up for Thompson on the left side. He's marked right away. Puck goes to the corner, and Yuri Kulik in behind the net. He tried to play it, but it stays with him in the corner. Now for Thompson, and a one-timer, and that blast off the glass. Gibson actually ducking a little bit as that rocket was fired. And the Red Wings, with Buffalo changing, holding possession inside their own zone. Now play it up just shy of center. Picked off at center by McLeod. He steps up. McLeod lays it off, cutting to the net for a chance is Doan, and that was up and out of play as Gibson tried to stay with him there.
Yeah, another quick transition here by the Sabres. They get the puck, they pick it off in the neutral zone, and instantly coming right back at the Detroit Red Wings. They don't even have time to get up to the line and get out of the zone, and they're going back on defense. So, you've got all the way to the top of the circles to do what you got to do. A couple little passes there. McLeod just slides this one across the Doan on his backhand. He cuts to the front of the net, and that looks like it might have went right off the crossbar, Dan, and right up and over the glass.
Josh Doan coming in on 5 points, 2 goals, and 3 helpers. Sabres win the draw. Doan from the slot. That's blocked. He'll play it back to the line for a blast, and Gibson got that one, and it deflects out of play to his right.
Yeah, great job by Doan willing himself across there after that draw came out. It was in his feet. He had 2 guys on him, and he's still able to get control of the puck, battle through the 2 defenders of Detroit, move it to his D for the quick shot. So nice job by the young man staying with it.
Face off to the left of Gibson. McLeod against Comfort. Red Wings will play it off the boards and now skate 3 up ice. Comfort ahead of the play. Van Riemsdyk part of this line. Here's a shot and stopped by Ellis. Nice glove save as he came out to keep an eye on Moritz Seider, who wristed that one to the net.
Yeah, even though there was traffic going to the net, he did a nice job staying with that. It was one man coming out contesting at Doan, trying to block that shot, but he was able to see that lane coming through, and just no panic in this young man's game. I'll tell you what, he's in there, he's doing his thing, and he talked about it. I get my chance, I'm going to make the most of it, and he's done that here so far. Only facing 12 shots, giving up the 1 goal, but he's made some really nice saves here.
Face off in the Buffalo zone. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the period. Kozak at the face-off dot against Comfort, and the Sabres win possession. And try to flip it up and out of the zone. It stays with Buffalo. Kozak now to center for Krebs. Kozak backing him up, has the puck. He'll carry over the line, then dish it off to Malenstein. His backhand stopped, and a pad save by Gibson comes out. Dahlin spins away from a check. Plays it down in towards the left wing corner. And then Kozak reaching for it, but the Red Wings will find their way out to center on the left side and orchestrate a change as they get it deep in the zone. Quick up, seeing the change. Dahlin trying to hit Krebs, but that did not connect. And it'll come all the way back into the Buffalo end.
No, this one doesn't work, but don't stop doing it, because you're really doing a good job of catching Detroit coming in on the forecheck, and they're getting numbers coming in now. They got a lot of guys coming in. So if you can make that quick pass up the ice like that, you're going to catch them, and you're going to have that odd man rush going the other way. Then you hit the line right there. If you had got control of that puck, man, you had them. You had them in a 3-on-2 situation because the Detroit Red Wings are being overly aggressive, trying to make something happen here in the offensive zone.
Face off the Buffalo zone. Kozak at the circle again. And Dahlin helping him win it, but it's a bouncer at the side of the net. Colton Ellis was there, but Dahlin able to handle it. Now it's played ahead. Racing after it is Krebs. Buffalo just getting everyone off on a change, so there's not too many men, and DeBrincat makes the turn. He'll play it up ahead. Granzik Nygaard with a shot as he found a lane in the middle, and that's stopped by Ellis. Good blocker stop. Now Zucker carries left wing to center for Buffalo with 5:50 to go. Fired in the Red Wing zone. Back towards Zucker in the corner. Got a piece of his man, but Detroit able to get it out to center ice. And Brenzig Nygaard at the end of his shift will just put that one down to the corner, but offside on the play goes Detroit. With 5:38 to go in the second period, we are tied at 1, and you're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
It's Eric Wood. With temperatures dropping, the last thing you want is a chilly home. That's where Blue Star Home Services comes in, keeping your heating system running like a winning team so your home stays safe, reliable, and comfortable. And right now, when you install a new high-efficiency Lennox Elite heating system, monthly payments can be as low as $58 a month. With hundreds of 5-star reviews, trust Blue Star to deliver comfort for your home. Get started. Visit BlueStarHS.com today.
Hi, this is David Bellavia. If you're a veteran that's been denied disability benefits, there's a law firm that fights for the veterans who fought for us. It's Hiller time.
I'm Tim Hiller at Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law. Don't take no for an answer from the VA. We'll fight every step of the way to get you the benefits you deserve.
Get a free consultation when you call 866-HILLER-LAW online at hillercomerford.com. 6000 North Bailey Avenue, Amherst, New York, 14226.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Well, it's been a nice night so far for Colton Ellis making his NHL debut in net for the Buffalo Sabres. Alex Lyon has carried the load up until now. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen on a conditioning sit down in Rochester tonight playing Syracuse. Well, the 25-year-old has been, as Rob mentioned, not tested a lot, but the saves he's had to make have certainly kept Buffalo in this game, allowed them to tie it at 1.
Yeah, and not fighting the puck either, Dan. So when the puck is coming in, he's making the save. There's no rebounds. There's no extra activity laying in front of the net. So he's managing the game well, controlling the puck well. And you see him, he's very active, and he's aggressive, too. A couple of the last shots that Detroit has taken from well out, he's coming out. He's way out on top of the blue paint, and he's taking all that area away, knowing that got to be aggressive. You can't just sit back in net. Sometimes they sit back in their net being a little nervous, don't want to overdo it. Bang, he's not. He's playing the game.
Former member of the Nova Scotia Junior X-Men of the Nova Scotia Under-15 League. It starts everywhere for somebody, and now he's in the National Hockey League. Sabres in their own end, going back after Rasmus Dahlin down in the corner. Redwings with an open man. It's Appleton below the goal line. He'll play it back to the line. That's not kept in, and now Yuri Kulik turns on the Jets. Races after it down to the corner. Thompson waits for it, and he couldn't.
Fanned on it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's thinking shot and pass at the same time, as then Gibson makes a save off a shot thrown to the net by Byram. Was Tage thinking pass and shot all at once there? Or?
Well, in this position he was in, he should have been just thinking shot, getting it to the net, because he was in point-blank position, and the pass comes across. It was a nice job by Kulik getting this puck and then just feeding him, and he goes down. See, he goes down on one knee to try to get that shot off. It might not have been right in his shot lane right there, exactly where he wanted it, but nevertheless, there would be no passing on that one.
Alex Tuck from the line off the face-off, throws it to the corner. Seider can't clear it out. Buffalo with a chance to keep it deep in the Red Wing zone with under 5 minutes to go in the second. Now Raymond will bring it out for Detroit. He'll get to center. Plays it onto the wing. Finney tries to center it, and that defensive play there by Alex Tuck, who then is hauled down in behind the play. Stopped that scoring chance. Larkin with a shot. That goes off his skate. Red Wings with a top line out there. Sabres able to get it outside the zone, and don't race after it. It's a valiant effort, but Ben Sherratt, in the eyes of the linesman, was the one who won the race to the spot.
Yeah, Seider did a nice job there, just getting in front of Doan and making him kind of zigzagging in front of him, not allowing him to get to where he needed to go and about him. There's just enough time for Ben Sherratt to get back there and get positioning for that icing. So smart move by a defensive partner there, allowing his guy to get back.
Face-off in the Buffalo zone. Detroit with 14 shots, as mentioned. They've found slim pickings so far against Ellis and the Sabres. Ellis touching that one towards the corner. Comfort, and the Red Wings able to keep it in. Shot by Berggren. Goes in behind the net. Berggren will race after it. Keeps it below the goal line. And it's played back by Van Riemsdyk to the line for a blast. And that one off the glass. Settles for Van Riemsdyk. Ellis waves at that one at the near post. A little bit out of his reach. So Power tries to clear it out, looking for some help. And a bouncing puck will find its way to center. And now McLeod finds the puck. He'll snap it in behind the Red Wings goal. Play down deep in the Detroit zone before it's played up for Van Riemsdyk. He'll chop at it. Ellis out to play it. Puts it down. And brings it up the left side of the ice where the Sabres had 3 skaters. Now they'll play it to the right wing on entry. Right up the middle, a chance for Kozak to the net. He scores. Kozak with goals in back-to-back games. So the Sabres have the lead 2-1.
Yeah, who makes this play again? Right now we got to the ice there, and this puck's going to come to him, and he just one-times it across to Kozak, and he's right in that position where he needs to be, right in tight to the net, and he's able to slide it past Gibson, but 2 goals for the Sabres here, and Jack Quinn's done a nice job in both of them. He cuts across the middle of the ice, and he draws this one in, pulls it in, and slides it past the defender who is trying to take him, does not get the body, doesn't tie his stick up, and bang, he just lays it right out there for Kozak, and on the one-timer, and he's pushing it towards the net. He's going to be able to get it right through the 5-hole of Gibson.
Red Wings dump it in. That goes off the netting and out of play. So the Sabres, who fell behind 1-0 at the 3-minute mark of this period on Comfort's first of the year, with goals from Zucker and Kozak, to make it a 2-1 Buffalo lead.
Well, Jack Quinn, you're just watching him here on the replay. He's got his head up the whole time. He's looking to see what's going to happen. He was kind of chiseling his way up through the middle, but give the 2 guys on the line credit because they both drove to the net. Kozak going through to the net there. Is that Ostlund as well? He was going through to the net, so got everybody kind of backed off there a little bit. And
face off at center, Ostlund for Buffalo taking the draw. Sabres get it up through the logo, and it's a bouncer on Gibson. Rasmussen trying to touch that one back. Sabres with, again, good pressure on the Red Wings. Now Detroit finding some open ice. Here's Ellis with a save as down that left side of the ice, the Red Wings found some room for a shot to test him. That was Michael Rasmussen.
Yeah, but not anything to be worried about. You know, he's going there and you give him the outside. He takes that shot from the outside. He's way above the face-off circle, just inside the top of the circle, and nobody else there. So the Sabre defender, who is Samuelson, coming across, and all that's there is a stick. Ellis is able to see that puck come through clean, make the save.
Face-off coming up here with 3:06 to go in the period to the right of Ellis. Yuri Kulik at the dot. Red Wings win the draw, and right away the play is blown. Was there a high stick?
Yeah, there is. Mallenstein, or that's Dahlin. It looks like he's tending something to his face. The referee is going over there to take a look. And there's been no indication of a penalty call. The referee is telling Dahlin he's got to go to the bench. There's probably blood or something that no penalties being called here. Let's see, they're showing the replay right now, right off the draw. Oh. It's Taves Thompson's stick. Taves Thompson's stick right off the draw as he's taken off to go to the blue line to cover the defender. Comes up and catches Dahlin right in the face with his stick. And because they blew it down for injury to Dahlin, he has to go off. So he is back to the Sabres bench, but he looks like he's fine.
Face-off won by Buffalo. Samuelson will play it around the boards. Benson got a tip on that one, gets it outside the zone. Back to Samuelson, near circle in the Buffalo end. Now between the dots, Samuelson will play it up towards left wing side center, and Benson sliding it forward, looking for Yuri Kulik, but Johansson out from behind the net for Detroit. Plays it back around to the near corner. Red Wings will dump it in, chase after it. Puck played in front by Rasmussen, and now it's played out near center ice, and Rasmussen reaching for it. That's going to be offside Detroit. with 2:25 to go.
Yeah, but our doctor was heading to the bench, and they told him to stay on because the puck was coming up that side, and kind of a little confusion at the bench there, but nevertheless, no big deal. And now this faceoff though is going to come all the way down into Detroit zone. We got 2:25 left here. I still like the shots. You know, the Sabres 26 shots. They've only given up 15 shots so far into this game. And so defensively doing a really sound job when they're in their zone.
Red Wings win the draw in behind the net. Sider with it quickly for Raymond, right side. He'll skate to the blue line, pass it to center ice, picked off, and Malenstein, who's been all over this game, got a stick on it, then a little too fast for his own good, but the Red Wings, there's no offside, instead turn it back up ice, left side of the entry. No room there. Right it back. Here's a shot, and that one ripped just wide as Sider had a lot of room down this right side. Now the Sabres able to force it outside the zone. Kozak will carry it to the line, and then he'll put it in deep. Krebs after it. Sider plays it up the wall. Raymond hit by Malenstein. McLeod chops at it. And now the Red Wings able to chop it out as Finney plays it ahead. Down the right side, Larkin trying to backhand it in front, and it's in the back of the net. The Red Wings have tied the game at 2, and that's going to be Emmett Finney getting another one.
Yeah, he is going to get his third goal of the year, but the thing was here, the Sabres are all thinking the guy over in the far side was the one that Dylan Larkin was going to hit. And Finney, late guy coming into the zone, just keep coming right down the gut of the ice. He got body position, but Raymond was set up right at the hash marks. And it was almost like maybe that's where Larkin was looking to make this play. And on his backhand, he just waited, and then Finney, just give him credit, he comes right down through the middle of the ice. This puck comes through. It might have been labeled for Raymond over on the far side. It wasn't going to get to him, but Finney steps in, puts it past Ellis.
So Finney, who had 2+1 in their last game against Edmonton, scores another goal here. And we're back to even with 1:33 now left in the second period. Gibson in behind the net as the Sabres try to keep it in the zone. Rasmus Dahlin on the wall. Bouncing puck. Doan can't advance it. Comfer gets it out of the zone. Red Wings to center. Will dump it in. Dahlin behind the net. Fan on the clearing attempt. Red Wings with possession. Trying to work it out of the corner. And now the Sabres will back the Red Wings up to their own zone. Right wing pass. Berggren. And now the Sabres come back with under a minute. Here's Byram to center. They backhand it down into the Red Wing zone. Ostlund chasing the play. Detroit coming back with Appleton on the right wall. He's stopped, and the play comes out to center. Detroit will shoot it right back in. Connor Timmins on his backhand, carries it in behind the net. Ostlund, good support. And now Quinn's going to send a pass up here on the left wing side, and it's Samuelson who jumps up into the play. Puts it in behind the net. Sherratt will play it to the near corner. Flipped out to center. Bouncing puck. Settled by Rasmussen as he takes it down into the corner. Detroit coming away with it. Sent up top and then off the end wall. That puck deadens a little bit. Connor Timmins trying to tie up his man. Red Wings all over the front of the net, but the puck comes to the wall, and then Ostlund will get it out to center. And that will do it. We are tied at 2 after 2 periods of play.
Yeah, other than giving up that late goal there, Sabres really nice job here in this second period. They continue to do a lot of good things. They got their feet moving, guys driving to the net. They're doing a nice job standing up Detroit. And really, Detroit is not be able to get any type of flow going here. They like to attack. They like to score on the rush. They like to work down low. Sabres doing a good job taking that away.
It'll be an interesting third period early in the season here for the Buffalo Sabres. It's beyond the point of where it's a point in the season, Brian, where you can let points start getting away from you. The Sabres have done that a little bit to start the year, and this is a big one here before they got back-to-back games coming up against Toronto, sir.
Add that to also, this is another divisional opponent, so you can put an explanation point on what you just said. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Rob. We'll get back to you for the third. Comfer early for Detroit, Zucker and Kozak for the Sabres, and then Finney at the end of the period tying things up. 2-2, that's where we stand. Okay, we'll take a timeout here. Intermission report is coming up. Zach Jones from our flagship station, WGR, going to join us next here with his thoughts here on the Sabres as they are in game number 7 of the season, looking to pick up their 3rd win against Detroit. But we're all tied through 40 minutes. Intermission report next. This is Buffalo Sabres Radio.
If you're injured at work or through the fault of someone else, call Losi & Ganji, your hard-working workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys. The attorneys at Losi & Ganji work hard, so you receive the maximum settlement for your injury. Last year, Losi & Ganji obtained more than $24 million for injured workers. Call Losi & Ganji at 854-1446 or go to losi-ganji.com. Losi & Ganji, Buffalo's workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys, working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers. This season, New Era Cap and Josh Allen are teaming up for a cause that hits close to home and close to the heart. At every Bills home game, Josh wears a one-of-a-kind New Era cap, each one custom designed by a young patient at Oshai Children's Hospital. Every cap is signed by Josh and then auctioned off, with all proceeds benefiting the Patricia Allen Fund to support kids and families in need. Even on the road, the mission doesn't stop. New Era keeps it going strong. To see these incredible designs and learn more, visit neweracap.com/Josh.
Sal Capaccio here from my friends at Northtown Automotive. Northtown is growing with 3 new state-of-the-art dealerships. Experience the brand new Northtown Volkswagen now open in Amherst, or step into luxury at the all-new Genesis of Buffalo on Main Street in Williamsville. And coming later this year, their second Northtown Subaru dealership in the Cheektowaga-Lancaster area. 3 new reasons to choose Northtown. Find whatever you're looking for anytime at northtownauto.com. Northtown Automotive, the official dealership of the Buffalo Bills.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
The radio home of the Buffalo Sabres. We are through 40 minutes of hockey. Live from Keybank Center. Here's your host, Brian Cozio.
Welcome back to Keybank Center. 40 minutes in the books, and we're still tied. Just as we started the second, we are knotted up. But 2 goals for each side. 2 for the Redwings, 2 for the Sabres, and all square through 40 minutes. We'll get you back to Dan and Rob with the third in just a little bit. Brian Colzio with you here on the press box as we get our second period stats in, now brought to you by Level Financial Advisors, helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. Sabres put up 15 shots in that period, 26-16 overall. Right now, Buffalo has the edge there. Their special teams could be helping them a little bit more right now. They're 0 for 3 on the power play. They've had some opportunities, been unable to finish. Got to credit John Gibson for some of that. The Red Wings 0 of 1. Speaking of Gibson, 24 saves on 26 shots. Colton Ellis, in his NHL debut, has faced 16 shots, and he has stopped 14 of them so far. Individually for Buffalo, Thompson has 11 shot attempts. 5 have hit the net, 5 shots on goal. He leads all Sabres. Byram and Tuck each have 3 apiece. And Beck Malenstein with 4 shots on goal. Rasmus Dahlin, 13:34 of ice time, but Owen Power beating him right now through 40 minutes. He has 14:03. All right, so there's some of your stats. We'll get you Pat's scoreboard in a bit. But as I mentioned, Zach Jones afternoon show producer for Show Up on the Bulldog, WGR, and of course also part of the Extra Point Show, 10 to noon on our flagship station, WGR in Buffalo. Lots of opportunities to hear from Zach, including right now. Hi, Zach.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
We're good. 40 minutes here in the books. I know maybe the storyline entering this game was that we got to see Colton Ellis's debut. What have you thought here through 40 minutes so far?
Well, it was nice that kind of one of the first times all season the Sabres got off to a really hot start, and they didn't force Ellis to make a ton of saves early. That's been a problem they've had really all year to start this season, is that they have had slow starts. They haven't had that up to this point. However, they have had some really lazy plays defensively that has left Ellis a little bit out to dry. I don't want to say he's been perfect by any means. He's got to get back on some of those rebounds, but he hasn't looked bad by any means. I was a little nervous coming into today. They can't stack losses. They've got to pick up the pace after starting 0-3 and going with a guy who's going to have his first NHL start against a team that has been playing as well as the Detroit Red Wings have is a little nerve-wracking, but they've had opportunities here. They have really gone after Gibson and the Red Wings.
2 point-blank breakaways. Ellis has come up big on both of them. Casper at the end of the first, and then right out of the penalty box here early second, Larkin has a chance to make it 2-0, and he stops him.
And he stops, and it's a huge one, too. The Sabres needed to score. If they go down 2-0, I'm not saying it's over by any means, but you were in kind of this uncomfortable spot of we're playing better than them. We can't get it past. So he has had some of those clutch saves for them that you like to see from a young guy who's really is trying to put great tape out there. We don't know what's going to happen when Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen comes back. You hope this guy can put something out there. Maybe St. Louis claims him again if they go that route. Or, and this is, a cursed saying for many of us, but maybe they go to a 3-goalie rotation and they start to do that. He's looked good, though, so far.
Yeah, I would agree. 2-2, Buffalo and Detroit. Zach Jones from our flagship station, WGR, joining me here, Brian Koziel, in the press box. Jack Quinn has made some really skilled plays here today. Him and Zucker. Quinn starts it all at center ice, passing back and forth to get that first goal, and then he drives through into the Detroit defense to eventually find Kozak going to the net.
It's been 2 beautiful primary assists. I've also really liked, too, on Kozak's goal especially, just crashing the net. That has been something that has really worked for them to start this year. Josh Doan, especially on the power play, has kind of been the main guy for me with that. Kozak getting a little bit of a dirty goal if you want. But Quinn has looked very, very good. He's a player that I think frustrates a lot of Sabres fans because there was a feeling before his injuries that he was going to ascend into a really special player for you, really one of your core pieces. The injuries have not helped him. His recovery from those injuries and when he was on the ice last year especially have not helped him. But it's been a good start to the year and a really good game for him tonight.
Alex Lyon getting the night off. He had been, I think, very good.
Yeah, finally he's getting the night off.
For his first 6 games, a .924 save percentage. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, we know, down in Rochester is going to get some rehab games to get his conditioning back up here. When Luukkonen's good to go, how do you see the goaltending playing out, at least initially, with how well Lyon is playing?
I think that's the thing. I think you roll with the hot hand. You really don't have much room to kind of play around with the lineup. Like this is sort of a make-or-break season. You run out of moral victories and such. So if Lyon's playing like he has been, you roll with that. Now, I will say, I am a little nervous. He has faced 30 shots or more in every single one of his starts. He's been great, but you almost get worried that the dam is going to burst there. We'll see when guys like Michael Kessering come back and if the defense improves, not taking as many penalties and such. But if you're asking me right now, I think you got to roll with Lyon. He has been your best player to start this year.
I agree. I think you've been waiting for any of these goalies. Even when Levi's had his chance, Luukkonen had that really good 2-month stretch 2 seasons ago where he had that nice January and February. But other than that, you've been really saying, when are these guys going to look like number 1 goalies? Well, Lyon through the first 6 games has looked that.
He's been a gem. He's been a gem of a find.
I agree. All right, third period here. Let's end with this. You said you can't stack losses here, so what has to happen in the third, in your opinion?
Well, honestly, keep playing how you are. It's 26 shots to 16. Keep going at the Red Wings. And, I really liked how they played in Montreal. They were down. They kept fighting. We've seen in years past that they kind of shell at times when they go down 2 goals. They didn't. I think keep crashing that, keep going. I'd like to see Thompson, though, get on the score sheet. He's got 5 shots on goal, but you mentioned he's got 11 total. Hit the net, keep going after Gibson. They got to get a win, though, tonight, even if it's dragging into overtime. I know it's against an Atlantic opponent, but just to start getting points. I know Paul Hamilton calls them the loser points. I've kind of joined him with that. They've got to start picking up that habit rather than going on these 3-game losing streaks where you get nothing.
The 2 leading goal getters for the Sabres last year, Thompson 1, Tuck 2. They both just have 1 goal each. We'll see if maybe one of them comes through here in the third. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, Zach Jones from our flagship WGR here in Buffalo. Pat Malacaro up next with the scoreboard as the Sabres and the Red Wings are tied 2-2. We'll step aside here from Keybank Center. This is Buffalo Sabres Radio.
When it's game time on the job site, Skyworks Equipment Rental is your MVP. From aerial lifts to concrete gear, telehandlers, forklifts, and more, Skyworks brings the heavy equipment playbook to keep your project driving forward. With locations across the Northeast, Midwest, and Southeast, and delivering nationwide, Skyworks has the power and the precision to score big for your crew. Rent it, buy it, or service your own with our factory-trained technicians. Visit SkyworksLLC.com today. Skyworks, building America from the ground up.
The colder months are around the corner. Is your home ready? For a limited time, Stellar is offering 50% off the cost of installation for a full roofing, windows, siding, and insulation project. Our team delivers industry-leading craftsmanship, backed by a top-tier warranty and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Don't wait until snow and ice cause costly damage. Act now and take advantage of this exclusive offer. When quality counts, call
320-7663. Stellar Roofing.
Proud partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Hey folks, it's Marty Sr. from Riverfront Auto Sales.
And I'm Marty Jr., proud to be part of the family biz.
And I'm Lil Martin. I may be the youngest, but we've got the biggest news.
That's right. The three of us are here because we're super excited to introduce something brand new, and it's going to change the way you sell your car.
So if you've been wondering how much you could sell your vehicle for, but don't want the hassle of Facebook Marketplace or strangers coming to your house, then come to riverfrontautosales.com.
Yeah, Dad, selling your car shouldn't feel like a full-time job.
That's why we're introducing ClearCar, only at riverfrontautosales.com.
Just click the ClearCar button, enter your license plate number,
and boom, you get an exact quote instantly.
No guessing, no games, no leaving the house.
You can even do it while sipping coffee in your pajamas.
Day or night, it's available 24/7. So what are you waiting for?
Go to riverfrontautosales.com and click on ClearCar today.
riverfrontautosales.com, where clarity meets convenience.
And coffee.
From Riverfront Auto Sales. Wow!
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
So the Sabres had three skaters. Now they'll play it to the right wing on entry. Right up the middle, a chance for Kozak to the net. He scores. Kozak with goals in back-to-back games. So the Sabres have the lead at 2-1.
Tyson Kozak, his second of the season. That had Buffalo in front 2-1. The Wings, though, coming back from Emmett Finney at 18-20. Tie it up at 2. That's where we stand right now. Almost ready for the third. But before we get to Dan and Rob, we go back to Pat with our scoreboard. What's going on around the league, Pat?
Well, Brian, it's brought to you by Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. They've gone to just about 4 minutes left in the third period in New Jersey. The Devils still with a 2-goal lead. Matt Boldy has gotten his 5th of the year for Minnesota. They trail the Devils 3-1 again. 4 minutes to go in the final period there. About to finish the opening period in Calgary, and the only other game tonight, a goal in the first period had the Canadiens up 1-0 over Calgary in that matchup. A note from the NFL, the Bills unveiling their injury report today following practice. Terrell Bernard, Maxwell Hairston, part of a host of players that were limited today. That included Dalton Kincaid, Matt Milano, and Curtis Samuel, while 3 players did not participate in practice: Taylor Rapp, Joshua Palmer, and Daquan Jones as well, Brian.
And again, a reminder, Pat, Friday, Saturday, the Sabres and Leafs games have been changed. If you're just joining us here, they have new times now to start.
Friday will be a 7 o'clock puck drop here along the network. Dan and Rob only here on WGR and along the Sabres Radio Network. And then Saturday, 5 o'clock face-off in Toronto between the teams in the home and home.
Okay, thanks for those updates. I know you'll be in Toronto for the Blue Jays in the World Series on Friday and Saturday. That should be a blast, I'm sure.
Can't wait to chat about it on pregame Saturday with you.
That's right. Pat will be joining me live from Toronto on Saturday, and he can give us some Game 1 analysis and Game 2 preview. Thanks, Pat.
Yep.
All right, Pat will be with me on postgame, as will Paul. For now, though, you get Dan and Rob for the third. Game tied 2-2, Sabres and Wings. I'm Brian Koziel. Thanks for listening. This is the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Right here for the big plays and the big wins. Right here for the longest passes and the toughest runs. For the highlights, the cheers, and all the hey-hey-heys. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to be here for Western New York teams, both on and off the field. Because our home, our hearts, and our focus are always right here. And not to mention, our favorite team is too. Learn more and explore plans at theuniveradifference.com.
It's a game-changing move in the world of accounting and advisory. Freed Maxick has joined forces with Witham, the 22nd largest public accounting and advisory firm in the nation. We're powering up performance with a shared vision to deliver even greater value to our clients in Western and Upstate New York. Experience the transformative power of Witham plus you. That's the power in the plus. Visit witham.com/New York to learn more.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
All right, here we go. Third period. Sabres from left to right. A 2-2 game against another division rival. Toronto is up next, back-to-back. On Friday and Saturday, it's a big period. And we're starting to get into a area of the season here very shortly where you won't be able to say it's early anymore. You got to start racking up the points. And the Sabres will see if they can't bag a couple here against Detroit. And they'll start with the puck as Connor Timmins slides it up to the line. It's tipped in by Malenstein. Gibson plays that one around behind the net. Sabres to the corner. And then held up is Larkin as he tries to get to the line. No call, so the Sabres are good on that coverage. And then Sherratt bangs it into the corner. Red Wings keep it. Raymond spins it back to Sherratt. Near circle shot. That takes a deflection up and out of play. A lot of deflections, Rob, and that obviously is good news for Buffalo.
Yeah, there's been a lot of block shots in this game. Sabres got 10 themselves. Detroit 14, put that to 15 now. And the thing is, the Sabres, they've got shots from all but 4 guys. They have 25 shots there, everybody but 4 guys have got a shot here in this game. Thompson with 5, Malenstein with 4. And then there was 29 other shot attempts that either missed the net or were blocked in this game. So shot mentality's been good. It's getting in those lanes and making sure you get a few more of those through to the net.
DeBrincat Casper and Michael Branzeg-Nygaard for Detroit. Sabres with Rasmus Dahlin out with a top line ahead of him. And of course, Byram still his defense partner to start this season for Lindy Ruff. Yuri Kulik with Thompson staying on side, carries on the left side. Quick stick there by Sandin Pellikka, able to stop that progression by Buffalo. That puck hops away from Casper and picked up now by Byram. He'll play it up to Thompson, but that gets through his skates. And the Red Wings just bounce it back to the Sabres line, so they're kind of ping-ponging this between the blue lines. Yuri Kulik out of the corner. for Tage Thompson. He'll bump it back. And Byram, as Buffalo tries to find a way through Detroit, who are now making a change. And it's played back to Rasmus Dahlin, standing at the near dot in his own end. Up ahead looking for Alex Tuch. In behind the Detroit goal. McLeod can't keep it in. Samuelson tried at the far point, but he'll dish it across. And it's played up ahead by Metsä, tipped by Alex Tuch into Red Wings territory. Johansson behind the net. Here's Tuch in front on a giveaway, and it's off the glass. Now back to the line, Metsä. Sends it across. Alex Tuch back at this right circle with a shot off the bar. And that might have even hit the inside of the bar and maybe got Gibson as well, but it pops out. And Berggren back the other way for Detroit. Can't turn it towards the Buffalo net. Now it's Doan. He backhands it at the end of that shift into the Red Wing zone. So Alex Tuch comes close a couple of times. 2 scoring opportunities on the Red Wings, who have the puck. It's Kopp gaining the Sabres line. Puck goes to the far circle and back to the top of the circle for a blast that is up and out of play. Kind of stalled to start the second, but things picked up there for the last
they did.
couple.
That shift with Tuch out there, that was a very good shift for the Sabres. Got a little momentum, got the puck to the net there, just kind of simplified it a little bit. But when you get those opportunities, his first one, he was point blank in front of the net, and he missed the net. You got to make sure you hit that net there to give yourself that opportunity, even for the rebound. I know you want to pick a corner, you're looking for spots, you want to make it pretty, but there's a penalty coming
up. Kozak tripped up, and the Sabres will be once again back to the power play. It's been a busy night for Buffalo. So far 0 for 3 Razor, but a chance here.
Yeah, 0 for 3 with 6 shots so far. And the Detroit Red Wings, they're only averaging 5 minutes in penalties per night. That's number 1 in the NHL. And they've kind of far exceeded that here so far tonight with the 4th one that they're allowing the Sabres go to here. And Rasmussen takes the feet out from underneath Kozak in the offensive zone, and that's not one you really want to look. There's 175 feet of ice yet that you could make your move and get stopped, but if you're reaching out like that, sometimes you stop moving your feet, you start reaching, that's where you get yourself in trouble.
Face off to the right of the Red Wings goal. As Gibson looks on, the Red Wings win the draw. Appleton draws it to the corner, and then it's cleared down the ice, so the Sabres will restart. Colton Ellis, NHL debut in net for Buffalo, plays the puck, and Tage Thompson will then dish it off, and Rasmus Dahlin as Thompson is a drop option. He'll take that option. Thompson to center, gains the Wings line. Just onside was Benson. Red Wings with a ton of time from behind the net to fire this puck down the ice. Then a bit of a whiff on the clear, but the Sabres will keep possession. Dahlin in the corner waits out the pressure from JT Compher, who still hangs around the Sabres captain lane. He skates up through center, does Dahlin. Going to break it in with Doan on the right side. Doan trying to set it around. It's in the skates of the referee. Doan behind the net now, and Benson. Tage Thompson takes it off the wall far side. Rasmus Dahlin, top of the right circle with it. Now high slot, leaves it near circle. The blast by Yuri Kulik will come out the far side, and Detroit with 2 on the break back the other way. Carried in and a shot blocked as the Sabres with good numbers coming back. And Kopp of the Red Wings backing up now as Tage Thompson had that one go off his skate, but it's Benson who follows up the play, and he'll whip it around the wall far side. Red Wings again bumping it back, and it's lifted down the ice for Ellis. 35 seconds left in the power play. This is power for Buffalo. Inside his own zone, carries to the blue line, and he will drop it back. Speed this time from McLeod. Alex Tuch just inside the line. Patiently holds the puck. Still with it, now back to the line. Power takes it on the backhand to his forehand, middle of the zone. Now McLeod from the near circle. Sabres with movement. Here is Byram. Spins it down to the goal line. McLeod, he's got a man in front. It's Alex Tuch. Here comes the shot. Scores! Just inside the line. This point continues to play. The Sabres take a 3-2 lead.
He's doing a nice job. And he's just going to lock and load on this one as he steps down the middle of the ice, and it's a goal and a couple assists in this one already. And the Sabres got Detroit backed off into their zone a little bit, and he was right between the 2 circles, right at the top of them. And it was just a blast. There's a lot of movement here. They're going top to bottom. McLeod, Byram doing a nice job of switching spots, and then right from the offside where nobody paying attention, Jack Quinn comes right across the top of the circles, gets himself in that shooting lane, and he let it rip as Alex Tuck was standing in front of the net. So
4:15 time of the power play goal. That is a Jack Quinn goal.
Yeah, that's a nice goal.
On the 26th shot that the Sabres have fired towards John Gibson and have found their way to the net. A 3-2 lead for the Sabres, trying to bounce back off the loss in Montreal and continue their winning ways here on home ice. As it's tipped to the Detroit line. Red Wings to Brinkett. He'll turn it up ice, right side to center, gaining the Sabres line. Still with it, slides it across, and a one-timer is blocked. As the Sabres with some good defense getting in the shooting lanes. To Brinkett with a shot, that one from the slot. That's stopped by Ellis, and it's brought up by Connor Timmins.
Any shots Detroit is getting here, there's nobody in front of the net. They're all off to the sides of the net or a little bit higher. So when the pucks are coming through, I'm not saying it's easy for Ellis, but it's a much easier task to stop the puck.
Here's McLeod in the Red Wings zone on the far wall. Sabres again from left to right in this period. Alex Tuck here on the right wing side, trying to keep it deep. Edmondson comes up with it, and he will make a play for Jonathan Berggren to start the wings to center. To the Buffalo line, still with it, carrying left side. In behind the net, Berggren forced to the far corner. Still has it. Edmondson at the line. His shot goes off a leg. Red Wings from the high slot. That shot tipped just wide as Sandin Pellikka let it go. Sabres come back towards center. Nice drop pass picked up by McLeod. He'll drop it one more time. Some room for Dahlin with a shot, and Gibson just squeezes that one enough to hold on as the Sabres go hunting for more, but they'll hang on to this 3-2 lead for now.
Yeah, I would expect here in this third period, see the D being a little more active, jumping up with the plays like this because it's open. It's there. The Sabres are getting the puck down low, and the majority of the time it's on the walls. So when you're down low on the walls like that, if those D can find a hole coming through, you're going to lead to good opportunities because the Sabres have done a good job there. It's not as if their heads are down, trying to battle for the puck along the wall. They got possession of the puck. So these guys coming down the offside, especially that offside D, there could be a lot of opening for them.
Wings win the draw. Rasmussen tried to cheat up ice there to spread the Sabres a bit, but the pass was well short of him. Now Detroit will just chop it in behind the Buffalo net. Sabres on the near wall, little touch pass. That starts Oslin on his way in over the line. Drops it for Kozak. Pass to the far circle. Oslin parked at the post, but the play stays on the stick down to the corner of Owen Power, twisting and turning. Oslin can't handle it, but it's back to the point, and Connor Timmins keeps control of the play. Pass to the far point. Sabres played around the wall. Backhand take at the line. Oslin trying to block his man up, but the Wings will bring it up with Appleton possessing at center. He's going to skate it back inside the Red Wings line while Detroit finishes a change with 13:29 to go in the third. Dahlin on the far boards trying to clear it out. Sabres now at center ice with some speed. Here comes Thompson. Thompson on his backhand trying to cut to the net, but it's not there. Red Wings player then falls down in behind the net. Seider tried to make a play. Sabres center it, and Benson off his stick to the corner. Benson after it. DeBrincat plays it to open ice, and Kasper on his backhand away from Kulik, but it's turned over right to Tage Thompson. High slot. Thompson holds it. He's pressured at the line as Seider steps up on him. Thompson knocks him to the ice. They stay tied up as the play comes into the Buffalo zone. Kasper, high slot with it. Working on Yuri Kulik. Sends it across. Oh, what a save by Colton Ellis. Oh, baby, he got over. And he got his pad on that one. Red Wings back in front again, and that shot goes just wide. Red Wings changing off the bench. Sandin Pellikka played it down into the near corner. As this crowd showing their appreciation of Colton Ellis here on his NHL debut. What a stop. Sabres now bump back from center. Carrying it over the line. This is Doan down in the corner and in behind the Red Wings goal. He leaves it. Good follow-up on the play. Doan sets up in the near circle, but it's back to Connor Timmins with a shot, and that one off the inboards. Raymond can't get his stick on it to clear. The Sabres on it again. Shot directed towards the net by Byram. That goes to the corner for Edmondson. He's closed in on by Alex Tuck. Doan has that pass go off his skate, but it's kept in play here. Connor Timmins to the high slot. Here's McLeod trying to cut between the circles. Far circle shot. Scores! What a play! Doan
Markstone going to get his third goal of the year here, and with some really nice work by this whole line. McLeod was kind of quarterbacking the whole thing. Once again, Alex Tuch gets himself established in front, but McLeod just hanging on to this puck coming across the top of the circles, and it drew two defenders of Detroit with him. And then he just nice little slide right across there to Doan on the one-timer. You got Bowen Byram coming down from that backside too, jumping into the net, knowing that shot's going to come, looking for some type of a rebound, and Alex Tuch's already established there, so plenty of traffic to take the vision away from Gibson.
Red Wings put it into the Buffalo zone with 11:33 to go. Buffalo up 4-2. Detroit trying to play it behind the net. Samuelson gets in the way of the pass. Berggren plays it back to the line. Now Sherratt near circle walks in. Saved by Ellis, so the rebound is cleared. It'll go all the way down right on to Gibson. So last home game against Florida, Doan scored a pair of goals in that win. He's got one here to give Buffalo the lead at 4-2. Red Wings put it deep in behind the net. Yuri Kulik down low helping out. Tage Thompson on the wall. He's able to chop it out. Benson stood up at center, but the puck's in the Red Wing zone. Yuri Kulik's got his feet moving here again tonight as well. Looking like the player we saw here last year. Penalty coming up on the play. And Yuri Kulik steps in after the hit. There's Appleton. And there won't be much of a scrap, but Yuri Kulik let Appleton know that he's there in defense of his teammate.
Yeah, Dahlin's tied up with Seider here in front of the net. Off to the side, they just got him broken up. Benson coming in, trying to help him out a little bit. But yeah, Seider comes across. He doesn't even pay attention to the puck. He just gets a piece of Benson, puts him to the ice there, and that's the original penalty. And referees are having a little conversation here as we...
Timeout on the ice. We'll have the call when we come back. 4-2 Sabres with the lead here in the third. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
Detroit, 53. Minor penalty. Interference.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store, and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store, and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics from Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person receiving the deal. Additional terms apply.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. Early detection of cancer is our goal. Get in the game at roswellpark.org/WGR. By Firth Jewelers. For all the moments in your life, go forth to Firth. By Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. By Great Lakes Building Systems. Our business is protecting your business. And by Raylax Honda. Raylax, we got this. This is Buffalo Sabres hockey.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Reminder, you can find the matchups that work the best for you and build your own 5-game pack starting today. Enjoy savings on single-game pricing, priority access to playoff tickets, and the flexibility to bundle your favorite games. Visit Sabres.com/5 to purchase yours today.
And just an update, too. Jason Zucker did not return here in this third period, so we'll have to wait to see what happened there.
It has been stated that it is an upper body injury. That is all we know to that. It
covers a lot of area, man.
Yeah, it's when guys are fit and healthy, upper body is a lot of things. If it's you and I, it's probably one thing connected to everything. Here's Dahlin at the near point. Buffalo up by 2. And on the power play here, looking to stretch the lead. Yuri Kulik to the goal line. Benson, who took that hit, back to Kulik. Dahlin back to Kulik. There's the one-timer, but Gibson gets over to make the stop, and it's off the glass and out. Dahlin comes right back to center. Sabres are not onside. Dahlin, the puck stops at the line. So we continue. And a shooter out of the far side. Doan with a backhand lead there for Kulik to Darlene. Tage Thompson is up top. Now to the right circle with it. Walks it down. Sabres trying to collapse in as much as they can here. Yuri Kulik forced back out on the far side. Leaves it on the wall for Tage Thompson. 56 seconds to go in the power play. And it's Yuri Kulik on the right wall. Thompson far side with a blast. Traffic in front. And now a chance for the Red Wings to backhand it down the ice, and they will. Bit of a race forward here. Colton Ellis seeing that, comes well out to play it up to center. And look out, Larkin with a puck. Dangerous from anywhere. Here he comes with a shot. And standing in the way, Yuri Kulik, causing enough of a screen there. But the Sabres do not have clean control of the puck here with 28 to go in the power play back in their own end. Darlene behind the net under pressure. As Larkin and the Red Wings are hunting for a turnover here. It's that kind of play they feel they're going to need to get themselves back within a goal. Meanwhile, the Sabres power play with 10 seconds, set it up again. Power up top for McLeod. Near side, Quinn with a shot. Why not? He's had that kind of a night, but that time it stopped. And Detroit trying to clear. It'll just bounce outside the line. And Detroit is back to full strength. Sider into the play, and then off the curved glass is going to stop play. The curved glass at the Red Wings bench. 8:37 to go in the third. It's 4-2 Buffalo, and you're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
I'm John Woyden, president of Great Lakes Building Systems, where our business is protecting your business. We install and service complex fire protection, security, and video monitoring systems. You've worked hard to build your business. Protect your employees, yourself, and your assets by leaving your company's security to the experts. Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE for a comprehensive security assessment. We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Protecting your business is our business.
Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE or go to glbs-inc.com.
What sets us apart from other advisors is our white glove, proactive approach to customer service, frankly.
Michael Hebern, Chief Operating Officer, Level Financial Advisors.
People have entrusted us to manage their assets and financial outcomes, and that's something that we hold sacred here.
Level Financial Advisors experience can help you implement your financial plan for a successful retirement. Call or text now 727-5047. That's 727-5047.
In Western New York, we get to the game no matter what. That means an all-wheel drive SUV you can count on, and that means Honda. And right now, your Upstate Honda dealer has outstanding deals on Honda's all-star lineup, including MVPs like CR-V, HR-V, and the Honda Pilot. And right here, right now, there's never been a better time to get a great deal on an award-winning Honda SUV. For deals and details, visit upstate.hondadealers.com today.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
8:37 remaining in this division rivalry game. Just 3 meetings between these teams this year. Detroit and Buffalo. Sabres up 4-2. Red Wings will be back here one more time, and the Sabres will be in Detroit once in the regular season. We saw them in the preseason a couple of times. Here's Edvinsson in his own zone. Detroit chopping that puck across the red line. And then DeBrincat couldn't do much with it. And a rolling puck, Melenstein, who's been full of energy tonight. Why wouldn't he be off with some good news in addition to the family? Fired up and ready to go. Edvinsson out of the corner trying to clear, and that will go high and out of play.
He must have in-laws in town or something that
to get all that rest.
Yeah, so he can get some rest.
Birth of a son over.
No, but he's had a good game. You know what, Dan? Starting right off the hop, that first shift, drawing that penalty as he was driving to the net. And once again, he's a guy that is highly effective for this group because it's straight ahead. It's hard. You know what you're going to get from him. When you take him out of the lineup, he beat Steven in Montreal the other day. Just that extra little bit of forechecking power and then finishing checks down low. You miss it.
Red Wings off the draw. Will get it out to center. That's tipped right on to Colton Ellis, and he's not going to take any chances with JT Compher just kind of hanging around there.
Yeah, nor should he. Now you got a 2-goal lead here. Just it doesn't matter if it takes 3 hours to break this last 8 minutes. Just slow the pace down every time you get and stop the play to make sure everybody's on the same page. So there's no sense of trying to keep the puck rolling. It's not as if you're trying to get a goal. You're trying to prevent it. So just be cautious and be calm. And he has been very good. He's faced 21 shots, given up 2 goals so far, but He's been good.
You got Confer out there with Van Riemsdyk and Berggren at the face-off dot in the Sabres end. Buffalo able to clear it, but it's up and out of play again. And over on the bench, Sabres players throwing the puck to a fan just behind the glass. And we'll do the draw again to the left of the Sabres rookie netminder. Came out for his first NHL skate. Team stayed behind for the lap. And as we mentioned earlier, mom in attendance and everything has been good so far. Sabres out of the near corner, trying to clear it out. Hang on to this lead at 4-2. Still a lot of time on the clock at 7:49. Playing the far corner. Samuelsson defending. It's Sherratt at the far point for Detroit. Lays it off of the circle. Another stick in the lane blocking that attempt to get it to the net. And then the Sabres clear it. No high stick on the play, so McLeod stays with it. The puck is right in his skates, but he's tied up with Sherratt. And now the Red Wings with a chance to bring it out, and Seider will carry it before he dishes it onto the wing. That pass a little bit in the skates of Raymond, but he's still after it down to the corner. Sabres able to turn it up. Benson to Thompson, Thompson to Kulich, and he'll chip it in and chase after it. Against Johansson down on the far corner, and we got a penalty coming up. Did he reach around? I think he did.
Give me a holding call here. Kulich is going to make his way over to the box. Detroit going to get an opportunity here on the power play with 7:11 left in this third period, down 2.
I'm going to guess that's one that's hard to take for the coach because you had him down in the corner. He wasn't going to do any harm down there.
Well, he's just kind of tying him up so he can take him into there. It's tough there because he's putting the brakes on. You get turned a little bit. Do you need to put your arms around him? No, use your stick in that case. You put your stick across him. And then if he tries going out the bottom, you just push the top hand and you stop him that way. If he goes out the other side, then you just use your stick to direct him in the corner. As soon as you take that hand off the stick, they're going to get you. Detroit over 1 so far here tonight. A couple shots on their first opportunity. Or 0 shot. They didn't even get a shot on their first opportunity.
So the Sabres penalty kill, which has been fantastic to start the year. Get an early clear off of that face-off. They'll look to be fantastic here and preserve this 2-goal lead. 7 minutes remaining now in the third period. Buffalo 4, Detroit 2. Red Wings come to center. Larkin will carry it onto the wing. Casper with it down to the corner, watched by Samuelsson. Pass for Raymond in the corner. He's collapsed to the ice early. And it's clear to the line and out. And Raymond some credit. He was turned up ice and not into the boards when he took that hit. So no harm on that one. Now the other way. The Red Wings will try it as Seider walks in with a shot. And Ellis, top of the blue paint, followed him all the way and was able to see it and make the save.
Yeah, no rebound. He just absorbed it right into it. He goes down on the butterfly there and he just absorbs it into his body. And they just continue. Every time he makes a nice save, they show his mom on TV. And she would hope this 6.5 will get over really quick because she's tied up tighter than
a pretzel.
Oh, something. Can't come up with it.
I don't know why I keep leaning on a pretzel. I must want one or something. It's happening that way. Here's Raymond, top of the near circle. Pass down below the goal line, comes back to Raymond. To Brinkett, far post, and Ellis was there, but he didn't have to make the save. Malenstein was there with him, and it's cleared down the ice.
And nice shot by Sanderson, just maintaining position in front there and able to fire that one down.
Red Wings from their own zone. Drop back in 2, bring it up. It's Larkin level with Raymond, who now has it on the right side. Raymond halfway down, now down to the corner, plays it up top. Gets a return pass. You've got Larkin in the slot. He's kind of slid off to the left side of Colton Ellis. Larkin takes the pass, sends it across for the one-timer, and Raymond couldn't get a stick on it clean. Berggren plays it for Larkin. 29 seconds to go in the Red Wings power play. Tip to the far corner. Berggren looks back to Larkin. Larkin is hit by Kozak, and then the puck is cleared down the ice.
Twice when that puck came around the wall to Larkin, Kozak just got going, put a ton of pressure on him. The first time he almost gets the puck. The second time able to make contact and get it down 200 feet. Nice job.
And they're under his skin. Larkin giving it to Samuelsson a little bit, going to the bench. It took him a while to get there, Larkin, as he had something to say. Red Wings back in the Buffalo zone. Shot blocked. Ellis at the near post, got the pad down. Red Wings try to center. And now into the high slot. That shot is blocked, and it's tipped up and out of play. And the fans in Buffalo liking what they're seeing from the Newcomer Ellis in goal with a 4-2 lead. 4:58 remaining in the third. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
It's Eric Wood. With temperatures dropping, the last thing you want is a chilly home. That's where Blue Star Home Services comes in, keeping your heating system running like a winning team so your home stays safe, reliable, and comfortable. And right now, when you install a new high-efficiency Lennox Elite heating system, monthly payments can be as low as $58 a month. With hundreds of five-star reviews, trust Blue Star to deliver comfort for your home. Get started. Visit BlueStarHS.com today.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
My attorneys at the Barnes firm settled my job accident case for 65 times more than insurance said they'd pay. Glad I called.
After a car rear-ended me, my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $800,000.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
I called. My case was worth $600,000.
What's your case worth? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 Pearl.
Hey, it's Bulldog here. This football season, make sure your grilling is championship quality. Stop in at Dash's Market for their awesome homemade sausage, steaks, burgers, Salem's or Wadinsky's hot dogs, and great selection of beers and seltzers, too. Look for their specials online or in store. You can check out Dash's quality produce, fresh baked goods, local deli brands, and delicious foods from their Marketside Cafe. You can visit Dash's on Klein in Williamsville, Maine and Clarence, Colvin and Kenmore, and Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo. Shop the family of finer foods. Dash's Market, serving Western New York's football fans for over 100 years.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Well, if you can, drop by for Bills Night here. It's Tuesday, October 28th. Sabres will take on Columbus. Help celebrate Buffalo's favorite football team with fun content. Bills personalities will be here throughout the evening. Plus, purchase a ticket pack with a special edition Bills-themed hockey jersey. Visit Sabres.com/Bills Night and purchase your tickets today. We're at 4-2 with 4:58 remaining in the third. Sabres with the lead. Red Wings win the draw in the Buffalo zone. Colton Ellis with his NHL debut has been good. 22 saves on 24 shots for the Red Wings. Sabres down in the corner, trying to work away from the Red Wings and the referee down in that corner and being patient. Rasmus Dahlin working with Benson and Connor Timmins, and now they find their way out towards center ice. Flipped ahead for Tage Thompson. Thompson getting his stick there underneath, but the Red Wings able to come away with it. Under pressure in the corner, and Edvinsson will start it back for Detroit. Number 77. Red numbers on his white jersey as he dumps it into the Sabres corner. Power will flip it up the wall. It is kept in as Rasmussen comes into the play. Now it's Connor Timmins getting it outside the line for Quinn. He's had himself a night for the Sabres here so far as Quinn with 3 points, a goal, and 2 helpers. Puck at center. Sherratt sends it to the Buffalo line. Sabres standing up at the line as they did against Florida for a good amount of time in that victory. And now Peyton Krebs gains the Red Wing zone and puts it down in the near corner. Sabres player taken down back in the Red Wing zone as Detroit's Rasmussen comes back the other way. Quinn strides over to the Buffalo bench without his helmet. Play stays in the corner. Off to the right of Ellis. In net for Buffalo. Sider from the point, puts it in behind the goal. Rasmussen lost it. Puck bounced away from him. Alex Tuck trying to catch up to this one. He stays in the battle, but the Red Wings able to free it up. And now Sider in behind his own goal.
There goes the goalie.
24-year-old will hold the puck while the extra skater for Detroit comes onto the ice. So the net is empty for the Red Wings, and Larkin carries up through the middle of the ice into the Buffalo zone, trying to go through the middle. What a play by Dahlin. Kicked the puck away with his skate, but it's kept in. Sider with a shot, stopped by Ellis, and an empty net chance. This will go just wide, and an icing call coming up here against Buffalo.
Detroit putting on a good push here. They got good puck control, a lot of movement here, but it's not breaking down the Sabres, and I think that's the biggest thing. They're maintaining the same game as they've had. They just kind of Detroit's got puck possession, shot from the point. Hey, the saves made. They do a nice job clearing the front of the net. When the puck comes out, bang, it's going down the ice. It's getting out of the zone, and I think it's just smart plays. Like, nobody trying to do too much and overthink it. They're just...
Puck jammed up at the dot on the face-off in the Buffalo zone. Dahlin will put it off the boards. He has no problem icing this puck, which he will do, but everyone is fresh with their legs here with the quick icing. Just a quick note, the Amerks beat Syracuse 4-2 tonight. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was in net for that victory, game one of his conditioning stint. So we'll see what happens from there with him. I'm sure the team wants to see how he feels after the game. And some decisions to be made, no doubt, for the Sabres brass when it comes to that. They've got a good one in net here, making his NHL debut, up 4-2 with 2:30 to go. The net empty for Detroit. Here's a shot. Bouncing puck in front. Ellis finds it, and then it gets away from him. Larkin in the corner. Plays it up the wall. Raymond gets it back to Sandin Pellikka, who plays it to the right wall. JVR down to the corner, met by Rasmus Dahlin. Backhand to the line and out as Doan clears it. And this will just be an icing call. Fans are not going to like that. Hopped over a Red Wings player's stick and then barely went over the line. But it is what it is, and a draw coming back with 2:05 to go.
Yeah, you're talking about Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen playing the game tonight. Yeah, that is the biggest thing. You can win and play, but it's how you're going to recover the next day. And, you know, all that, whatever the injury was, did it react? How did it react? Is he good to go? So it'll be an important night here and morning tomorrow, and doctors make the determination.
Here's a pass by Raymond to the far circle, and that shot turned away. Up top again, now for Raymond, near circle. They work it across, and at the far post, Van Riemsdyk missed it.
Empty net.
Now Raymond near circle. And fanning on the shot to brink it with 1:45 to go. Sabres are up 4-2, and they clear it down the ice. And will this deaden? No, it will not. It's another icing call. And the Sabres were just about to get some fresh legs on the ice. And
well, I don't even think it should have been an icing because both players go into the corner. One for each team, and they both swiped at the puck, and you could hear the contact.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's...
Did Samuelsson get a stick in there on Van Riemsdyk? Maybe he did, to help steer that what appeared to be tap in away. Face off in the Buffalo zone with 1:39 to go. Buffalo 4, Detroit 2. Red Wings win the draw. The net is empty for Detroit. Play on the near wall, broken up at the line and just chipped out. And Sandin Pellikka backing up, being watched by Alex Tuck. Red Wings turn it up. Lifted in behind the net. Samuelsson gets right with the puck. Thompson tips at it, can't get it out. Just inside the line. That shot from Brandzik Nygaard goes to the corner. Red Wings work it back to the line. Far circle chance. Little shot inside, and Ellis makes the save. 1:03 to go. Red Wings work it around. Ellis with another save. Right on the doorstep. Now it's in behind the net. Far corner for Detroit. Emmett Finney plays it back to the line. Top of the near circle. Send across. That is broken up. Thompson with a chance to flip it up and out, and this might have a chance. Tage Thompson just wide with 40.1. Make that 41.1 seconds left.
Well, Tage was not going for that net in any way, shape, or form. He was just trying to lift it up into the neutral zone. Hopefully it was just going to die somewhere just inside the Detroit zone, and it got up on its edge and it rolled. It was rolling down the ice.
So the face-off here in the Buffalo zone with the net empty for Detroit and the Buffalo 2-goal lead. Looking to continue their home winning streak here. Samuelsson with the clearing attempt off the face-off. Thompson in the corner just trying to take time off the clock. Keeping the play pinned down there as the Red Wings will pop it back to the line. Seider to the wall, back up top to Seider for a shot. That's blocked in front. It hits Samuelsson, and the Sabres clear it out. They're out of gas. They need a change. No chance at the empty net with 18 seconds to go, and perhaps they don't need it. Here comes Larkin. Red Wings will tip it in. Clearing attempt, first time, didn't get through. Larkin goes hard into the end boards as the whistle blows with 5.3 seconds to go. And the Buffalo Sabres are going to come away with their third straight home win. Victory over Ottawa and Florida. Go to Montreal and lose that one. The 2-goal lead and 5 seconds to go, and off the draw. The Red Wings tied up Puck comes to the near side to Brinkett, can't hammer it in, and Colton Ellis, you have won in your NHL debut. The Nova Scotia native, all of 25 years of age. Man, has he put the work in to get here. Ever so grateful, as he mentioned before the game. His mom in attendance, and he backstops the Sabres with 26 saves to a 4-2 victory over the Detroit Red Wings. A key win for the Sabres at this point in the season. As I mentioned many times tonight, it's starting to get past that "it's early" comment in the season. It's time to get points, and the Sabres did so here. And if they can start a trend where they make home ice, where they play this type of game, perhaps the Sabres do get themselves back in this thing by the end of the month, with 2 coming up against Toronto and another against Boston. The opportunity is there for the Sabres to put the start in the rearview mirror and put a push to the forefront. We send it to Brian Koseal to take you through the post-game show on the heels of this victory. Brian?
Okay, Dan, thank you very much, as well as your work with Rob tonight. Buffalo getting it done 4-2. Colton Ellis, the feel-good story, his first start and his first win in goal for Buffalo, as he and the Sabres beat the Red Wings by a score of 4-2. All right, when we come back, we'll get the post-game show going. Paul Hamilton's on his way to the Sabres dressing room. Get your stats, highlights, update standings. Final score, Keybank Center, Buffalo 4, Detroit 2. Post-game coming up. This is the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.